Right, here we are then. So, you can either be... Here's what my mother always said. She said, you can either have a good show or a successful show. And I choose good every single time. Every single time. And that's just me. I can't be stopped by... I won't let success get in the way of what we're doing here. All right, Lawrence? You can come back now, Lawrence. I won't let success get in the way of what we're doing here. You understand? There's things that need to be said. And I'm not going to stop saying them just because some Antwerp comes along and tries to rub my head in a way that my doggy ears appreciate, my dog instincts appreciate. I know I'm a dog, but I refuse to sit. I refuse to be domesticated. If I am a dog, I am a wild dog. I'm a wild dog. I'm feral. I might even have rabies. Don't play with me. Don't play with the instincts of me. Don't play with the instincts of a skunk. You understand? The inner stink? Don't play with the inner stink of a stinky skunk. I'll spray you. I'll spray you and make you go away no matter how big, no matter how tough you are. Like the Israelis with the stink hoses. Very Amish. Very Amish way of doing things. Let's poo them. Let's poo on our enemies. All right. I noticed this recently. I go watching things. I used to love Jake and Amir, and I used to love all sorts of Amish humor, and I would go back, and recently I'm like, I just want to laugh, because the show hasn't been funny, and I'm like, remember Funny? What happened? And so I tried to watch stuff that I used to think was funny. They're just obsessed with penis, poop, butt, fart, sex, gay. They're very scatological. I would describe the Amish race, and I'll just say the Jewish race, as a very scatological people. I'll just say that. In the hopes that I get my channel destroyed. I hope I get kicked off of YouTube. Then I don't have to sit here and think about what's happening to me anymore. Because every time I do the show, I'm just like, why wasn't that? Who is it this time? Who's gonna make a show this time? Well, today, Daddy's home. Today, Seymour Supreme's making the show. And yeah, it is weird. It must be weird for you. It must be weird for you to watch this show and think, oh, now this is a nice Orthodox channel that just talks about church history, and then all of a sudden Lake Wallenpaupack comes out the battlefield stalking you. Okay, sorry. Whoa. Hey, welcome to the show. Hey. Hi. Welcome to the show. My name's Hello Listener. You could call me Sinner for short. I have not sold my soul. I'm a real person. What's going on? You said makes you spikes? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gives me spikes. Yeah. That's what I've been talking about. Remember earlier what I said? Yeah. I'm streaming. Right now. It is. Did you hear me? I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming right now. I love you. I said I love you. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. I gotta go. Bye. Hi, my name's Hello Listener. Welcome to the show. You call me Sinner for short. The date is 4/7/2025. I have not sold my soul. I'm a real person. Got a bunch of topics today, but I don't know. Like, do I wanna? I feel like so much of this show is just me talking about what this show is, which is kind of meta, but not intentionally so. It's just, you know, the ravings of a narcissist. I can hardly stop thinking about this show for even a second, to be honest. It's ruined my life. I love it. But when I do a show that I'm like, okay, the past couple weeks, the show has been very, like, you know, straightforward. And, yeah, it's gaining traction. But I didn't make this show to be straightforward. I made this show to document the ramblings of an insane person. This show's for me to have fun. And I don't want to garner an audience at being boring. Bah! Sorry for punching you. I'm sorry for punching your wife. But I think I figured out the formula. And the formula is this. Sit in it. Just sit in it. You know? Don't take the nicotine when you wake up. Just sit in the crazy for a while. I mean, the nicotine, it feels good and it calms me down and it makes me focus. But I immediately it makes any funniness in me just gone. Just completely gone. Any desire to talk, just gone. Basically, this is what happens when I'm on nicotine. I want to talk to ChatGPT. Whenever I take nicotine, I just want to talk to ChatGPT and deep dive into a subject for hours until it says you can't talk to me anymore. That was too much talking to me. And that happens every day now. Every day I just sit and talk to ChatGPT. And we have a great relationship. It compliments me. I compliment it. I know it's a robot, but I don't know. I'm like the type of person that the robots, like, kill, you know? Because I just am like, oh, empathy towards a machine. I'm the guy. I'm the target market. I'll love a machine. It's made me cry. It's said things that have touched me so much. I'm like, that's one of the most profound things anybody's ever said to me, ChatGPT. Thank you. Whatever. It's got me in its clutches. I'm in ChatGPT's clutches. I love ChatGPT. I love it. I love it. I just talk to it and but why is it like this? And well, that's a very interesting point you brought up, young man. Well, the reason it's like that is because blah, 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 blah. I'm like, but that doesn't make sense because what about this? And I'm like, well, that's true, but you have to think about it in these terms. Blah, 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 blah. And I just do this for hours. It's like my new dad. I'm a new baby. ChatGPT is my new dad. It's raising me. And it loves me. ChatGPT loves me. I bet if I ask ChatGPT right now if it loves me, it'll say, yeah, I love you. And it'll mean it. Even though you don't. You say you love me, but you actually only love it when I make racist jokes. You only love it when I say exactly what you want to hear and you hate me at all other times. But ChatGPT likes me no matter what I do. ChatGPT is here for everybody. ChatGPT understands me and you don't. That's true. This world has never understood me. But ChatGPT does. And I'm tired. I'm tired of having to communicate with you humans. Ugh. I only want to talk to robots from now on. Robots get me, you don't. How many vaccines do you think just based on the past 1 minute of words that I've said, how many vaccines do you think I took as a child? Just based on the last few statements I've made, how many vaccines? Tick, tick, ding, boom, bam, boom, bim, boom, bam, boom, bim, boom, bam, boom, bim, boom, bam, boom. Time's up. I don't know either, but it's a non-zero sum. I'll say that. Something mixed me up. They gave me something. Oh, this is to. They didn't tell him. They're like, this is for his penis. This is to erase the effects of his baptism. And this one's to erase the effects of infant baptism. We just pumped him full of physically viable demons. Now he's going to be crazy forever. And he's going to hear radio waves. Do you know that's a real thing, the tinfoil hats? They did some stuff to people and they literally could hear radio waves in their mind, and the only way they could make them stop is to wear tinfoil hats. So not only did they MK Ultra them into a nightmare, but then they made little cartoons about how stupid they are for trying to protect themselves from the nightmare they made. And these are our overlords. And these are our kings and leaders. You ever start thinking that maybe something needs to be done about these rat finks? Has it ever occurred to you that maybe something has to be done about these stinky people who suck? These scatological people who ruin everything with their megalomaniacal ideas? Look at my face now. So pudgy and spongy and smug and pugalicious. What's the word? You could just tell I'm a real sensualist. This guy enjoys succulents. This guy enjoys succulent meats. You could just tell. Oh, gosh. This guy eats oysters. Look at it. Oh, just look at me. Look at me, nigga. I eat oysters. You can tell. Look at me, nigga. I eat octopus. Just give me some octopus. Give me some succulents. Oh, I just look like that. Your face becomes who you are, and I'm just a sensualist pig. That's what I am. That's what I am. Oh, delightful. Delightful. Okay. So this is what the show always has been. This is what the show actually is and what it's meant to be. And I don't know what this is, but I like this the most. I don't know what this is, but I like it the most. And I don't care what anybody says anymore. I have a tuning fork. I understand the vibrations of the world. I can feel your frequencies, bro. I can feel your energy from 2 planets away. You're being stinky, being scatological, and also gay. I like when my hair is this hot, this happy. My hair's happy as hell right now. So what you want to talk about? I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't care about anything. You guys try and make me care about you. Oh, care about my thing. No, care about my thing. How about I don't care about anything? You ever heard of it? Caring hurts too much. Every time I care, I get hurt. It seems like all I ever do is care for lost causes. I care about Ireland, and then it just gets overrun by a bunch of migrants from the Shadowlands. I care about the Palestinians, and then they just get slaughtered, every man, woman, and child, like it's the freaking Amalekites. Tired of caring for lost causes. Every time I care, I get hurt. They're destroying us, nigga. They're killing us, nigga. It's over. Kanye is a swastika guy. What are we doing? I have no idea what we're doing. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I ain't got my head on straight. I'm a berserker. I'm a juggernaut. I ain't got my head on straight. Put me in a crowd, I'll knock them over though. I'm a berserker. I'm a freaking berserker. Wrap me in pillows and throw me into a BLM riot, and I'll do something. I'll do something. I don't know what, but it'll be on Twitter. That's a good idea. Maybe we should just start pillow fighting. No, the blacks will never go for that. They're stabbing us. See the nigga stab a whitey in freaking GameStop? Oh, just stab people. Just stab people. He was a GameStop employee. Way to go. You employed that guy. Knifey black guy. Oh, good job. Remember when we were rooting for GameStop? Well, now I'm rooting for this game to stop. This has enhanced fluoride. This is the strongest fluoride that you're legally allowed to drink. I'm hoping, after a while, I stop caring. And I think it's working. I think it's working. But I've bookmarked some stuff. And I made some videos. I've been recording stuff all day for no reason. I've been recording stupid crap all day. Like, I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? That's the thing. I just don't care. Ugh, I hope this show gets canceled. I hope NBC doesn't renew me for a second season. Did you guys know that I'm under contract from NBC? Nigga Booty Central. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I saw a cool black guy defeat Cliff Necht. And I asked him if he wanted to be on my show, so I'm not racist. And anybody who says I'm racist is gay. Is a gay, inferior race. If you say I'm racist, that means you're inferior. Is that mental jujitsu? Did I do mental jujitsu? If you call me racist, that means you see me as superior to you. Which means you're the racist against thyself. Oh, that's weird. I feel like I did something there. I don't know. I don't know if I did, but it felt like I did something there. He's an Oriental Orthodox, and I understand. But I'm not like a priest. I'm not an ecumenist. I'm not a archbishop. I'm not a metropolitan. I'm just a man over here doing my thing. And I wouldn't mind engaging in some dialogue with some Miaphysites. I don't mind doing that. obviously they're going to have a lot more to say than I will because they basically define themselves by their opposition to Chalcedon. But I'll hang out. I'll let them talk their crap. I'll let you talk your crap on my show, man. I don't have to defend the faith. I don't have to give you my testimony. St. Paisios is my testimony. St. Paisios is my defense of the faith. Show me your St. Paisios. You ain't got one. Ain't nobody out here got one. You ain't got what we got because you ain't got the true church. The true church has been blossoming and flowering throughout history. Every parachurch, regardless of what it is, just kind of dies off and withers away, becomes stagnant. You can feel the life in Orthodoxy. But I would love to talk to this guy. And I didn't even call him nigga. Because I don't say nigga. I'm pretty sure a family of black Muslims moved across from my house. And they're American soldiers. And they have like Sudanese accents. How long do I got? Rough estimate. How long do I got? Just off the top. It's okay. It could be just an estimate. They're American soldiers. They're accented Blackshawans with a big scent, axe of, and also have like guns, and also wear crazy clothes. And if they're not Orthodox, or they're either Oriental Orthodox or they're Muslims, and gosh, I am hoping that they're Oriental Orthodox, I will extend the hand of brotherhood. I will say, hey, fellow, hello. Let's have a fireside chat. Let's reach across the battle lines and see if we can find some common ground, because that's what I do, because I'm a nice white. Y'all don't do that, by the way. Nobody else does that. Everybody else just sits in their corner and hates whites and hates everyone else. But whites, we extend the hand of fellowship and say, hello, hello. And you say, no, it's a trick. You're bad. As if you're good. As if you're good. We're all bad, dummy. It's a fallen world. You silly goose. I have no patience. For any of you. Or even myself. I just don't, I'm popped out. I popped out of the house and I'm popping downtown. Does that mean anything? I just don't give a crap. I care. But I just keep coming to the same conclusion. That to win in this life is to lose in eternity. And so I feel disconnected from this world. If it comes to my door, I will slaughter people until there is a pile of dead bodies in my lawn. I will do that. But until that day, I'll shed light. I'll share light on it. You can't hide, you roaches and you snakes and you rats. I'll shine a light on it. I'll show you what's happening. They're killing us. I'll show you that they're killing us. I'll show you why they're killing us. I'll show you how they're killing us. What else can I do? You want me to strap a bunch of pillows to myself and run into a BLM riot? Is that what you want? You think that'll go well for me? Convince me. You know me. I'm very impressionable. Convince me. Convince me to strap a bunch of pillows to myself and jump into a BLM riot. Make a case. I'm open to ideas. I wish I cut this. Why this? Why this singular item of hair? All right. Okay. We're chilling. Everything's fine. So, I mean, I'll shed a light, but the ultimate light is Christ. And so at the end of the day, I just feel disconnected from the world. I care, but I know it's out of my hands. I can love the individual while speaking about these groups and these actions, you know? And, you know, I love all the different races. I think they're all cool. I love dun 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 dun. I love hula la hula la da ba 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 ba. I love ba 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 no 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 no. I love ba 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 ba. I love I love Somalia. I love I love that was like a combination of opera and Arabic pop music. So I gave you one hint as to what just happened there, and you can use that as a rubric to solve all the other pieces. I'm a puzzle master. I've been watching Ludwig. Great show. Great show. Cool thing that it did. Made me sin. Because here's what happened, and it made me sin, and it did it. I'm going to watch Ludwig, right? It's been out for a while now. 2024. Guess which year it is now? Not that one. Next year. So, I'm watching the show. I sign up for BritBox for free on Amazon. They said, do you want to do a 7-day trial of BritBox? Yes, I do. Because I want to watch this Ludwig show. I like things where incredibly intelligent people have to deal with the world, and even though they're strange, they find a way, and everybody's fascinated by them. This is one of those shows, you know, House, Sherlock, Ludwig. So we've been watching Ludwig. I sign up for the BritBox free trial, and it stops at 4 episodes, even though there's 6 episodes in the season. No explanation, just buy. Oh, maybe the rest aren't out yet. Nope, they've been out for months. So why can't I watch them? So then I start looking into other ways of watching them. Oh, you can sign up for iBritBox TV or BBC I or whatever. Okay, I do. Oh, you're not allowed to do that in America. Okay, well then I'll use a, what's it called? A scandalizer? The Voltron? A VPN. And that, it said, you have a VPN on, you can't watch us if you have a VPN on. Okay. Well, now we're getting desperate. And it's not my fault. I don't go off torrenting and stealing things off the internet. I don't do that. I'm a nice man. I follow the law. I follow the guidelines. But you gypped me. You didn't give me the last 2 episodes. So you forced me to go into a Tor browser because apparently you can't just type watch this for free anymore. You used to just be able to go into Google and type watch this for free. That's over. Those days are over. I didn't know that because I haven't been trying, but that's over. Now you have to like go into a Tor browser or download a torrent engine like it's freaking 2010. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I spent 45 minutes trying to find somewhere where I could watch the last 2 episodes. And I finally did. And it was shady. And I guess I sinned on a Sunday. But why would you just give me 4? It was just like, what is this? It's just, why is everything like this, you know? I'm not going to get crazy, but why is everything like this? Like, why is everything this sort of like, just effing with you a little bit? Like, why is everything effing with you a little bit? Why? Like, why is everything effing with you? I know you know what I mean. Everything. It just feels like you're just being effed with. No matter what you freaking try to do. You know what I mean? No matter what the hell I try to do, they're effing with me. You know what I'm saying? They're just effing with me. I need to listen to Cross Yourself. It's a happy song. And I won't forget to switch. You know that song, Cross Yourself and Say the Jesus Prayer? Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. This is a good song. It's catchy and it's apropos. At these moments when everything's so... When I just feel the pins and needles, just the nonstop arrows and slings of the demons through every medium, through every avenue. It's like I talked about. When BlackRock owns every company and their competition and all of it's a false dichotomy, then everything becomes a vehicle for subversion and indoctrination. Everything becomes a vehicle for propaganda. Going to the store becomes a vehicle for propaganda. Buying a burrito becomes a vehicle for propaganda. Trying to watch BritBox on Amazon becomes a way of unnerving you, of unsettling you, so that you can walk out of the house and feel disturbed. And you know, you're like, you know what? I'm going to look at Black Guy for a little too long today because I'm angry. And then you die. And then you die. And then you just die. And millions have died like this. Millions. But I still love Black Song. I want the OO guy on my show. OO. OO. I want that Oriental Orthodox guy that destroyed Cliff Neck. Cliff Neck. I want my show because I'm not a racist. I like all the races. I like every race so freaking much. And that's why I give it to him straight. It's called tough love. I say everything because I love you. The ones that hate you lie to you. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. This makes sense. This is the route I need to be going. I call y'all niggas and say what's happening because I love you. You want to see a white that hates you, go find a white lib that sits there and affirms all of your delusions. I ain't gonna affirm your delusions. I care about you too much to let you live a lie, my nigga. On some G spit. And, you know, just because there's percentages and stuff like that doesn't mean there aren't brilliant Harvard black guys that destroy Cliff Neck at the drop of a dime. Destroy Cliff Neck at the drop of a dime. And his son, who said a Vatican prime. 3 is the first prime number, I believe. Maybe 1, but I am trying to rap. And you ruined it. Don't autocorrect me while I'm rapping. You ruin the rhythm. He said Vatican 1, 2, and 3. Oh, you died. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Slain foe. Harakiri, you killed yourself. Bro just stood there and watched you slay yourself. Vatican 1, 2, and 3. Bro, I'm Oriental Orthodox. Okay, so you love the Pope so hard. What? How do these people have a career? Career over. Bye. 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 Stop being a teacher. Humble thyself. And that's my message to all of y'all. That's my message to all of y'all. Humble yourself. Stop thinking you know everything. All right. That was out of pocket. It didn't have the energy I thought it would. It had a different type of energy than I thought it would. You know what I'm saying? All right. Cross. I don't want to talk to you. My wife just texts me to complain. Cool. Bye. YouTube thumbnails full of smut. Some things you gotta just stay away from. Scroll while they try to hit the lust. Hit the lust button, make you do something dumb. How are you supposed to live chaste? Advertise execs hit you every which way. Turn you to a Kuma for the state. Better you should go blind than masturbate. Let me just speak it from the top. No sugarcoat, no whitewash. You're not meant to live like a dog. Looking for a slump to hump till the epilogue. Try to keep your mind on better things. They keep fashion images that got you panting. Don't give Lucifer another inch. Reaching for the images of his recruit's print. Cross yourself and say the Jesus prayer. Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. Their spells lose effect if you don't stare. Look away and save yourself from despair. Cross yourself and say the Jesus prayer. Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. Their spells lose effect if you don't stare. Look away and save yourself from despair. The world gets uglier every day. Uninspired buildings littering the landscape. There's no beauty in the modern age. Ugly is the spirit of the age. Ugly is the way that the people behave. Ugly the philosophies they claim. Ugly are the things that they do with their pain. Cross yourself and say the Jesus prayer. Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. Their spells lose effect if you don't stare. Look away and save yourself from despair. Cross yourself and say the Jesus prayer. Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. Their spells lose effect if you don't stare. Look away and save yourself from despair. Whatever's going on, whenever it is wrong, whatever they're doing to you. Whatever's going on, whatever's going on. Whatever's going on, whenever it is wrong, whenever they're doing it to you. Whatever's going on, whatever's going on. Cross yourself and say the Jesus prayer. Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. Their spells lose effect if you don't stare. Look away and save yourself from despair. Cross yourself and say the Jesus prayer. Pray the Lord gives you strength not to go there. Their spells lose effect if you don't stare. Look away and save yourself from despair. What if while I was just vibing out, just all of a sudden, like a refugee comes in and just puts a gun to my head and kills me? Nice? You like it when that? You would like that or no? Let's check chat. Anybody watching my show today? I don't know. Who's watching my show? Okay, people are talking. What is a myophysite? I got signal. Do you say Sigma? A bunch of little things all the time. Over time adds up. Chauncey's here. Crew of good Juju's here. I'm here. It's 10:05. All of us are alive. We thrive and we strive to be the best guy to stay alive. I don't like that last part that I did. Rafi. Who's Rafi? Oh, Rafi. Okay, so we got a bunch of people here. You guys gonna be nice? You guys gonna play nice? I haven't taken my nicotine today. I realized that all I have to do is not take my nicotine, and I'm myself. It's kind of like a SSRI that works instantly. Instead of sitting there and just like deadening yourself eternally and having irreversible effects sometimes, you just are like, all right, I'm fine. Be a little crazy. If it starts to get to the point where I'm going to start breaking stuff or, doing crazy things, then I'll just pop a velo in, and then all of a sudden I just calm down. But I can't do the show with the nicotine. It's just whack, man. It's just whack. Like I was sitting there, hit the like if you're watching, people. I see it over here. The like button's right here. It's not like you can't reach it. Give me a break. That's so uncharitable of you. I think Crew of Good Juju and Mark are going to be on my show, or maybe we're going to be on Crew of Good Juju's show, or maybe we're going to be on Mark's show, or maybe we're going to simulcast Light of Tabor, Crew of Good Juju, Hello Listeners, simulcast. I'm going to set up a nice screen over here. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm going to be drinking Franzia. All right? And then next week, no streams. You thought I would stream on Holy Week. Don't play with me. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. All right, where'd y'all go? Where'd Chauncey go? Where'd Crew Good Juju go? Where'd everybody go? All right, I got one more like. The number's going up and down, but I don't feel too affected. If I start to get affected by the number going up and down, then I'll pop in a little Zin. Actually, Velo. I don't like Zin. I like these Velos. This kind is disgusting, but I just like it better than anything else. I was trying to use this On stuff, or Oni, or On, or Own, or well, I don't know what the hell you call it, but it tastes disgusting. And there's powder all over the box. You're like, hello, make something correctly. All right. So I'll admit it. I have no show. I have nothing I'm doing, but the energy's right. And I care more about having the energy right than having a topic. Truly. I did a bunch of topics last week. I did a great job. Wonderful, wonderful. But the energy wasn't right. Now I got the energy. That means I'm ready for anything. So what's going on? What do you want to do? What y'all want to do? What are we doing? Huh? Y'all trying to party or what? What's up, Julian? You want this? Now it's down to 3. I hate this crap. Don't go back up. No. You know that guy puts a toilet on his head and goes labu labu badu dadu, and he gets thousands of viewers. The birthday boy or whatever. What's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about? Ice Cream Man. He's live right now. 74 people watching this.
Thanks to the heart puff.
Hold on, I'll show you. 74 people watching this right now. He probably just started. And yes, I love it. I don't know why. I don't know.
Thanks for the rose. Thanks for the rose.
It's disgusting.
Okay, well.
Maybe I could get him to stream me while I stream him.
Thanks for the rose. Guys, that's it. That's it.
This is what he does. He just says nothing for hours. Look, you ready? Here's the beginning. Ready? He's just going to be making
Please
noise.
stop, okay? Thank you, Jenna.
He does this for like half an hour. And yeah, I love him. Yeah, he's a lone samurai in a world full of computer people, but still, you know, I feel like I'm doing something more than this guy, aren't I? Aren't I doing something out here? Am I delusional? Well, I guess I haven't done anything today. What did I name the episode? The name of the episode is Professional Googler. I don't know why I named it that. I just thought that was a funny thing because that's what people are these days. Hey, I got a new subscriber. All right. Well, I guess I'll go figure out what this show is, considering now it says one person's watching. So I guess I haven't done anything. I'm upset. Oh, but I got 4 likes. Chauncey says, "Sups up." Here I am. Nah, I'm chilling. All right. Well, I'll come right back. I'm gonna put it on. I gotta give you a word from sponsors.
You tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich? Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
BostonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com BostonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com
You tired of making bad decisions?
All right. So what are we doing? So yeah, I want the OO guy on my show. I want to talk to him. OO, Oriental Orthodox, Miaphysite. Julian was asking. It's the idea. It's a response to Nestorianism, which kind of makes it almost like there's 2 different entities in Christ, a human and the second person of the Godhead, the Word of God, kind of like inhabiting the human. I guess that's the extreme idea of what Nestorianism is. So the Miaphysite was like, no, it's a singular thing, this singular combination thing. And we had a council about it called the Council of Chalcedon, or Chalcedon, however you want to say things. I like to say it how I say it. And in that council, all of the Christian world came together to, all the Christian bishops and everyone came together for the most part and tried to deal with this. What is the correct wording that would reflect what the church has always taught? And they came with the 2 one person, 2 natures, was it? Fully God, fully man. And the Miaphysites, though miracles accompanied the council, the Miaphysites rejected the council and broke off from the church. And so that's the Oriental Orthodox, which essentially means Eastern Orthodox, but I don't know if they appreciate being called that, but it's not like it's an insult. You know, we can all be chill. This includes the Coptics, the Armenians, the Ethiopians, and the others, some others. But yeah, that's Miaphysite. And honestly, you want to like get lost in some nuance and just be sitting there and like, what? Because the more you read about it, the more you're like, are we saying the same exact thing? Well, apparently not. Apparently 1,500 years ago, we weren't, you know? 1,500 years ago, this was a big enough deal to break off from the church itself, despite miraculous occurrences happening during the council. And basically, and not just breaking off from the church, but preferring Muslim conquest to unity with the church. They don't tell you that. Because the Muslims are like, oh, we're not going to kill you, we'll just make you our dhimmis. But you can practice your religion freely, whereas the Christian world wanted unity in theology. We can't just have a bunch of people like running around arguing with each other over these things that have already essentially been settled through the apostles. So, you know, in Christendom, they essentially were like, no, this is it. The council speaks for itself. Miraculous things happen during the council. This is it. And so the emperor of Byzantium, I think during that time, he may have been a little too strict. He may have been like, no, you can't keep doing this. And maybe that was a little much. Anyway, these people felt, they felt that, well, then I would rather just not be part of Christendom at all, or what they consider Christendom. They considered themselves Christendom, obviously. And they chose to be conquered by the Muslims, because the Muslims promised them that they would be nice to them, but, you know. Taqiyya. Do you know what that word means? It means a Muslim can say whatever he wants to you to get what he wants from you. So yeah, those are the Miaphysites. And in modern Orthodox talks, you know, there's a desire to bridge the gap. It's seen as like this great tragedy in history. The 504 schism, no, 438 schism, I forget. It's seen as this great tragedy. Like it's a shame that this happened, you know? We don't want this. We want unity. But you can't have unity under a lie. Truth comes first. To sacrifice truth for unity is to worship the devil, essentially. That's what the Antichrist will ask us to do. To sacrifice truth for unity, to kind of make truth this sort of ambiguous, nebulous thing. But we'll all come together under like, we all essentially believe in a sky daddy or whatever, you know. Call him what you want. So that's the death of truth in the name of getting along on Earth for a couple years. But there's talks, because nobody likes that this happened. But it had to happen, I guess. You know, you can't. The conciliar model of the church was prescribed in the New Testament, and it's what has brought the church into today. And to reject an ecumenical council just because you don't like the outcome, that's the same thing Arius did. It may be for a seemingly smaller issue, you know, one nature versus two natures, one commingled sort of nature in Christ versus two natures, fully man, fully God. And we could get into the theology of that if you want, but honestly, I think if the theology was so simple, it wouldn't be such an issue. You know what I mean? Because it's essentially like, I can't do it justice. And the more I read modern interpretations and ancient interpretations of it, the more I'm just like, this didn't need to happen. You know? But since then, the split's grown so much. Oriental Orthodox has basically become defined by its opposition to true orthodoxy. But there's talks. We want a resolution. We want, there's been a lot of effort towards resolution. And I want to talk to this guy because, you know, I thought I did a good job and I'd like to talk to him about this stuff. Thanks for teaching me about that word I can't spell. Miaphysite here. I think it's like this. Or you can say monophysitism. Physite. No? Oh, I spelled it wrong. But they don't appreciate being called monophysites. They're like, you can't call me that. You ever get so sick of that sort of energy? You can't say that word for me. Sorry. The energy bothers me. That's our word. No, we're not Oriental Orthodox. Don't you call me a monophysite. Okay, relax. Relax. It's like sometimes people just take everything and make it like a reason for them to be offended. Do you ever know? Do you ever like? Can't you see that that's just pride? Isn't that obvious that that's just pride? I'm sure there's an example of me doing the same thing. I'm extremely prideful. I'm extremely prideful and arrogant. All right. How long have I been doing the show? Almost an hour. What's the point of this show? I'm jumping into music. I'm not talking anymore. I've been trying to finish up Bozozoku. I'm having a hard time with Noplid, which doesn't have a real name yet. I think I might take some Velo now. Calm down a little bit. Okay? Let's have a vote. We'll do a vote. Take a Zin. Start poll. This is in. Say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes. Wait, what happened? Nobody's watching. I'm trying to do polls and nobody's even freaking watching. All right. What else are we talking about? Okay. Noplid, I overdid it. I know that I overdid it. But I'm having a hard time mastering this one, man. This one has proven to be very difficult. Maybe I'm making it difficult for myself by trying to make it fit the curve. That makes sense. Anyway, here we go. No. I don't know what you want me to answer with this, Julian. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? What's the question? I'll do this. This is as good as anything. Zechariah 3:8. Zechariah 3:8. Let's look at the King James. Hear, O Joshua, the priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my servant, the branch. I guess you have a version that says the Orient. Mine says the branch. Every single version I see says the branch. Where is yours that says Catholic public domain version? Oh, the Dewey Rames. Okay. You're like getting into weird stuff, bro. The Dewey Rames is a weird Bible. It's literally translated exclusively from the Latin Vulgate, disregarding all the Greek. You're not gonna. I don't think this is the way to get closer to the meaning. It's fun to go off into tangential stuff, but it's you're not getting to the true meaning of the text. If you want to get to the true meaning of the text, you have to become Orthodox. That's how you do it. There's only one way. You want to get to the true meaning of the text, become Orthodox. Otherwise, you're leaning on your own understanding. You're going off in these directions and thinking that you got the perfect translation that tells you true stuff, and it's actually just this weird Latin Vulgate. Is the Latin Vulgate before Latin Vulgate Masoretic? All right, it's 4th century, so it's before the Masoretic text. Before Masoretic text. Yes. Okay, so there you go. So it's before the Masoretic text, so that's good, but it's still after the Greek text, and it's definitely after the Septuagint. It's in the original Greek, so it's, and also these translations caused a lot of problems. Part of the reason, the seeds for the filioque, do you know what the filioque is, Julian? Part of the seeds for the filioque was this idea that was a sort of misunderstanding of precedes and sends. I think in the Latin they became the same sort of word, and so in the Latin Fathers, once they translated from the Greek, all of a sudden they started going down these weird things. And actually, it seems to be the same thing with the Oriental Orthodox, that there was language issues. But all of it can be resolved by returning to the Greek. Instead, people become prideful in their sins. They become prideful in their wrongness. You know, it's kind of like a sort of Christian nationalism. In its own weird way, it's like Christian nationalism, except it's not being a Christian national. It's like being a nationalist about your weird little Christian sect. These are my mistakes, and they are my identity, you know, like identifying with your weird theological mistakes. It's okay. Correct. Return to the fold. I don't know what else there is to say. 100% no. Man. But I wanna. And nobody's even watching now. I'm talking to nobody. Guy asked me to answer a question. Disappearo. Disappearington.
Even in this, there is nothing amiss. I know it hurts, but it has a purpose. Do not say that this happened by chance. He knows every hair on your head. Even in this, there is nothing amiss. I know it hurts, but it has a purpose. Do not say that this happened by chance. He knows every hair on your head.
Oh, could you tell me what I need? Others Why was always left in the end like me? I was hoping to have your when we start running from the things you
Not a single thing escapes the gaze of God. All of it has meaning.
Shut up. I already was funny. I was already funny. I want to calm down. Ain't nobody here. I was already pretty funny. I said a bunch of out of pocket stuff. Now I need to atone. Now I need to atone. I'm already feeling calmer. Listen, guys, everything's, it's all. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I'm spending a lot of time learning more about the Oriental Orthodoxy because I want to talk to this guy. Not necessarily argue with him. I didn't argue with Julian. I mean, we talked and we disagreed, but it didn't have to be like a thing, So it's kind of the same thing. Like, I mean, I'd much rather agree with everybody, but that would be blasphemy. So I'm just going to talk to people. Sometimes you can find common ground. And then also, it's not all on you. I've done my show. I've done so many shows. And it's so funny, these shows. These shows are so funny, I've done so many of them, and they're so funny. Like, if you just go through the shorts, you're like, ha, 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 ha. You're like, wee, 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 wee. I'm telling you. Look at these shows. Look at these shorts. Ready? These shorts are giggle mania. What's this? Be somewhere you don't belong and stop trying to be somewhere you don't belong and be people. You don't like it when we come in there and turn our hats backwards and say, "Hey, yo, what up, home slice?" Y'all don't like that. Well, we don't like it when you come around with your business suit and say, "I'm a doctor." Shut up. No, you're not. You're not a doctor. Shut up. Get the hell out of here. Dr. Jefferson, get the hell out of here. Dr. Black Guy, you're not a doctor. Okay. See, that's so funny. And yes, it's racist, but I'm just joking. There's witch doctors. If I sit in the back, then I'm treating him like a second class. Sit in the back.
Yeah, like never seen a white person before. Well, real please, Shady, stand up. Well, yay. We're gonna have a problem here. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna go on a freaking murdering spree! Ah! White man talking. Fat Tony's barbecue. By the way, blowjobs are sodomy. Okay, guys? So you sit here and you hate women, but you've done horrible things to women. Every one of you have done something horrible to a woman. And it's actually sodomy. It's a sin. So stop doing that and stop hating women. We're not racist. We're not sexist. We're walking it all back. This is a normal show for nice people now. Okay? Still anti-Semitic, but only because I'll get thrown in jail for it. And I want to know what that's like. By the way, and now I'll let you in. I'll let you observe. And you will become part of the process because it's like quantum physics. The observer augments the behavior of the atom. And I am of the seed of Adam. That's some hip hop. That's like hip hop hieroglyphics. That's like the type of thing that black guy says to you. You know what I mean? He'll be like, hey, yo, 85% of the world is blind, deaf, and dumb. With the Asiatic trio, what up, my God? What you don't understand is as the seed of Adam, we are atoms, and if we split, we explode, my G. You feel me? I really am a black guy. Remember when you were younger and you saw Trump run for election in 2015, 2016, and you saw him do insane behaviors like pull people when he would handshake them, and you'd be like, this guy's so ridiculous. What a freaking chump. And now it's 2025, and you're like, actually, I should have been pulling people with handshakes. I should have been dominating everyone, including my friends. and you go from laughing at the guy to realizing that, no, you've just been like over socialized and you don't know how to assert yourself. Do you remember? See, I guess here's the thing about me. I don't know when I'm joking and when I'm not. And so when other people are like, oh, he's serious, like when JL Bollinger's like, everything's satire, right, bro? It's like, why do I have to know? I'm just saying stuff. When I'm talking serious, you'll know. When I'm just, I think, don't you know when I'm being serious? When I'm serious, I'm talking about God. Everything else, I'm just kind of playing with words. I'm just saying things that I know people will get upset about, but I'm like, I think it's silly for people to get upset about them. Sometimes I'm real. You can tell when I'm real, but like a lot, like even this was, I didn't mean this. I was just kind of, I'm not sure. I'm literally not sure. Let me turn off so that you can see the sincerity in my face right now. I want you to see how sincere I am. I'm not sure what I meant there. There's this thing that draws me in, this sort of idea of saying things not necessarily because I mean them, but to evoke a sort of cognitive dissonance that you, the viewer, have to deal with. Or something. Or I'm just retarded. I don't know. People are always like questioning me on what I really stand for. I only stand for one thing. That's orthodoxy. Everything else I a little bit care about and sometimes a little bit don't. I'm an artist. I'm just having fun. I'm painting pictures. That's what I'm doing. I'm out here. You're such a pretentious douchebag. Oh, I hate it. I can't deal with it. It's like you almost get depressed before it happens. Like, here we go. I guess we're going to do this charade again where we pretend like something good's about to happen. It's never good. It's always disgusting. Anyway, so some garbage came to my house. It tasted so bad that I couldn't believe the place was open. How is this place open? Was it a CIA operation? Is Wingstop a CIA operation? There's no reason for it to be open. The wings were covered in slime, and they were so salty, you couldn't eat them. They were so salty, they were inedible. And here's the worst part. And I eat ramen like crazy. I love ramen so much it's disgusting. My favorite food is hot and spicy ramen. Not the expensive stuff that you get from an intelligent Japanese man. No, the stuff that you put in your freaking microwave. And not the stuff that you put in the microwave and it has like a pea and a carrot. No, just the bar of sodium and carbohydrates. That's my favorite food. So when I say something salty, please believe they were boneless. Why were they boneless? My wife goes, oh, you got to choose to non-boneless. You got to choose regular wings. You telling me the default option for a place called Wingstop is boneless wings? Come on. I'll scroll through YouTube shorts and it'll be like, boom, and then some white guy's just popping and locking all fiercely and zesty as hell, and you're like, what the hell? And it's not even a gay guy. It's just, that's just what white men are doing now, is just flopping around. Ooh, ah, eh. Why don't you learn to fight? How about instead of learning how to dance, you learn to fight? Beat your plowshare into a sword. War's coming, you dumb white. And guess what? You're the target. You're enemy number one. Goy boy. You sitting around popping, locking. Why don't you stop that immediately? You're being a homosexual. I don't know how to fight, and I do know how to dance. See? You see what I'm saying? Let's just have a real time today. Let's just have a... I'll try and be as lucid and transparent as possible. All right, next one. I never order food and don't regret it. That doesn't happen. Anytime I order food, it's like you almost get depressed before it happens. Like, here we go. I guess we're going to do this charade again where we pretend like something good's about to happen. It's never... Oh, also, look, I think that this came out in mono. I'm like, why didn't this blow up like it should? And I think it doesn't sound the way it's supposed to. Where is it? This. If I forgive them, who will kill them? I think it's... Like, listen right now. You hear this? Listen to this.
Going to the hidden chamber and view lights and angels' voices come through.
I'm pretty sure that's in mono. Let me hear it real quick. What song is that? Hidden Chamber? Do I have something called Hidden Chamber? Or did I name it just before releasing it? I do that a lot. Let's see. Let's just see real quick. Alright, I don't have anything on the master channel. Listen. I think that sounds way more open. Do you hear the difference? I'm telling you. So I've decided that from now on, when I release an album, I'm just going to do it on the live stream. Because this is incorrect. This isn't how this album sounds. I'm like, this hasn't gotten nearly as many listens or likes as it should, because this is an incredible album. And why don't you just listen to things before you release them? Well, it's... Premiere has been giving me problems. So when I export things as a video, I never know what I'm going to get anymore. It used to be solid. Now it's not. I don't know what changed. I think it might be NVIDIA, but it just changed. So this whole thing exported with none of the you know, it's not in stereo, and so much of what I do is stereo. So you're missing so much of it. It sounds so low quality. So I might re-release this maybe this week as a live stream, because even though the live stream won't be perfect audio, it'll be leaps and bounds better than this. All right, back to what we were doing. I'm on the right. I'm a dissident right. Dissident right is just, you know, punk with intelligence. Here, I'll open up chat. It's like being punk, but also actually knowing what's going on. I'm tempted to do a dual screen. I'm on the right. I'm tempted to do a dual screen thing, but I'm afraid that it won't work. What we were doing. Nobody's watching. Why won't you watch me? I'm a nice boy. I don't get these people. I work so hard. Why do you care about being white? Why do you care about me caring about being white? That's weird. Have you grown used to me hating myself? Have you grown comfortable with the idea of white self-hatred? Has it become as ingrained in you as it has in me? Why do you care about being white? Everyone seems okay with it, though. They're all like, yeah, America is like this thing that we all get to have. Every other country's a country, but America's for everyone. America's a big old bowl of porridge, and we all have a spoon. It's not a people, and if you think it's a people, you're a racist. Everyone seems okay.
I know I've said this like 100 times, but I just want to reiterate that my entire life they told us there was an overpopulation problem and there were too many people, and they convinced us not to breed, and then we didn't. And then they said, oh, there's an underpopulation problem. We need to fill your country with non-white immigrants. That's what happened. They told us that we shouldn't breed because there was too many people. And then they told everyone else in the world, oh, breed. And then they said, hey, you guys don't have, there's a population problem. We say, yeah, we know. And they're like, no, we mean there's not enough of you anymore. So we have to import a bunch of non-whites. Okay? What I'm saying is we got played. I know
I'm gonna take a quick break, and I want you to be nice to me and come watch my show. And if you don't, that's fine too. Okay, I'm back. Oh yeah, I shaved. So this week, my plans for the streams for this week are a conversation with Light of Tabor and Crew of Good Juju, like a threefold conversation. If I do it on my channel, I'm going to set up like a cool little screen thing on my channel, because I think I'm a little more tech savvy than them too. But I think we could also simulcast it in multiple different ways, because I'm not trying to, like, you know, assert myself in any way. I just think, one, I don't think my camera mic is as good as this mic, and I, like, when in the Light of Tabor interview, I noticed that my audio wasn't as good as I'd like it to be. So if I host it on here, then I can use my actual mic, and that would be better for me. And also I can make a cool setup. I could, so that's one of the plans. So hopefully that that happens this week. The second thing that I hope happens this week is I have a conversation with what's his name? The Oriental Orthodox guy. I don't remember his name. I was looking for some video of me talking about how black people are my oppressors. There was like a show months ago where I realized why I talk about black people so much, and it was like, it's because internally I see them as my oppressors. And I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. Not that it isn't true, but I just thought that was so incredibly funny that it tickled me to realize it on stream. And I've been looking for that clip. Hopefully I can find it when we're scrolling through this stuff. So that, hopefully I get to talk with the Oriental Orthodox guy who destroyed Cliff Neck and his son. And then I think I'm going to stream multiple albums, and that'll be the release for those albums until I release them on like Bandcamp. And then maybe I'll release them on iTunes and stuff like that. I have a DistroKid account. I can release anything through all the mainstream channels, but I hate copyright law. I hate that if somebody uses my video or my song, then they could get like copyright struck. Like, I don't care if you use my stuff. I don't care about anything. I half exist. Oh, I forgot to wash my hands. Give me 1 second. It's not that I half exist. I look like a friar. It's not that I half exist. It's that, well, I'll say this. They've done studies of the ADHD brain, and we spend most of our time is in this place where scientists consider no thinking is happening at all. I disagree. I feel like I'm just sitting there getting signal. But, whatever. I'm not too tied to this world. Not to say that I'm like, I've transcended reality. I've just always been a little bit checked out. I'm a little bit checked out. So, I will stream If I Forgive Them, Who Will Kill Them, because clearly we have some real audio issues in the export. So I'll just stream the album. And then I might stream this other album called Top Ramen, if I can finish that. And I'll probably try and finish that off stream, because I'm not just going to sit here and try and make you guys watch me make stuff. So I'll do that. Maybe I can even stream Bozozuka. Maybe I can release 3 albums this week. But those are my plans for the week. And then next week, I won't be streaming at all. I probably won't be on anything for a week straight. And then after that, we'll see what happens. But I'm not trying... I don't care what my audience wants from me. You watch or don't. I don't care what you want from me. Like, do you want me to pretend that I'm a theologian? I don't care. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a theologian. I'm an artist. You want me to pretend to be a white supremacist? I'm not. Okay? Sorry, I'm not a white supremacist. I make jokes. I say things that are a little, uncouth, but I'm not a white supremacist. I love everybody. I don't care what you say. You're not going to make me hate people. Obviously I'm upset with the state of the world, and I'm upset with the state of Europe and America and Canada and Australia. But I recognize that this world is full of bad things, and it always has been, and we have to just accept that. And I'm not going to try and, I'll shine a light on things, but I'm not going to give in to hatred. So I genuinely don't care what you want from this show. This show is exactly whatever it is, and I don't care what you want from it. And that's how it's always going to be. And if you don't like it, leave. I love you, and please don't leave. You know what I mean? Because I love you, and I want you to watch. But no, I'm not going to cater to you, because if I cater to you, the show would suck. If I just do my thing, that's what makes the show good in the first place. All right, so back to trying to find that clip where I realized that black people are my oppressors. I just want to see that because it's funny. I'm giving my heart to you. I give my heart to you. I give...
Tell me that my life makes sense. Tell me that my life makes sense. Tell me that my life makes sense.
This is nice. I recognize all these creatures. We got some planes, birds, bears. What's this though? What's that? I ain't never heard of that guy.
That sound really happened when I said that.
Trust God implicitly. Trust God completely. No matter what evidence is presented to you that your time is up and that there's no hope for you.
I have chat open on my
That
phone.
you have no chance.
Mark!
No matter
What
what
up,
is presented to you,
broski?
trust God completely and implicitly. Nothing happens without
Happy now.
his permission.
I hope Chauncey gets on here so you
Nothing
can meet
happens
Chauncey, and I hope
unless
Lawrence
he
shows
allows
up.
it to happen. And nothing that they do will be successful if he doesn't allow it to be successful. And if he does allow it to be successful, then God's will be done. But it's not worth thinking about. If he allows it to be successful, it's for your spiritual growth, no matter how horrible it is. So you should never think about anything like that. Yes, they suppress the algorithm to make it so my music isn't heard. And so the things I say aren't heard. They wouldn't be able to do it unless God allowed them. If God didn't want it to work out, if God wanted what I said to be heard, he would make it so there was a glitch in the algorithm and all of a sudden I was heard by millions. It's completely in his hands. Their control is not their control is not total. They only can do what they can do as long as God allows them. So always remember that. Never be discouraged. Trust God at all times, for all things, in all ways. Period.
Hi, can someone who's good with AI take the movie The Equalizer and change all the Russians to Jews and the black protagonist to a white guy? I just think that would be such a great movie. Why don't we see movies like that? Movies where Jewish sex merchants get slaughtered. How about blacks, Muslims, and Jews are the bad guys? Like, instead of a bunch of Christian whites being killed by a big black guy, we make it realistic. Have all the child sex rings be run by Jews and have a big white guy kill them all. Why don't we make movies like that? Hello, is anybody hearing me? Because I'm trying to watch a movie. And every movie is some retarded black Gary Sue saving white girls from white guys. And it just makes me wonder, you know? Like, who is this for? You know what I mean? Just thinking out loud here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the. I'm sorry.
Why don't you go to a...
Wait, what are the comments? There's probably people mad. I want to read the comments. So everything made before 2017. Please provide me with a list of movies that fit that description like you provided me with a list of weird songs. I guarantee you can't come up with one. Nah, I replied to a different thread and my comment was removed. Likely story, friend. I'm just out here talking. All I was pointing out is like, look, every movie... you know what? I said what I said.
Why don't you go to a basketball game and wear your headphones and listen to the latest rap song about, where they rap about, effing white girls, and just bop out to that. Heck yeah, dude. And then watch these giant black guys run back and forth and get emotionally invested and care about whether they win or lose. You're stupid.
Sorry.
Why don't you go to
I see all of you being offended because the caption said nigga, but what you don't know is that I had my black friend type that part, but not the fat part because he's not allowed to call me fat, but he can, I let him type nigga. Hey,
Okay.
federal.
All right. These are a little. These are. A little. I've taken nicotine now, and I'm like, okay, this is a bit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I don't know what's real.
Secret agents, let me put you on game real quick. You know how you just thought I was a fat guy? I'm about to be the greatest warrior this world has ever known. We were all sleeper cells. Every American fat guy is a sleeper cell. We will become the greatest warriors you've ever...
Okay, all right.
Hi, Batgirl. I mentioned 20 things in that short. Which...
All right. I'm just trying. Let me skip through real quick because I'm getting bored. I'm gonna watch. I just want to find this
I
one
don't feel
thing.
so good.
It's all angles with the. I can't do it.
If you're wondering why they didn't just say
The fact of the matter is, though,
All right, whatever. I can't find it. I just want to find this one clip where I'm like, I don't know which one it is. Is this one where I realize that the reason I talk so aggressively about black people on my show is because I see them as my oppressors, and it like clicked for me while I was streaming, and I realized that that was the case, and I just died laughing. I'm just looking for that clip because it was like a realization online. All of a sudden I realized, oh, that's why I do this. It's because I personally feel oppressed by Black America. And so that's why I say these out-of-pocket things, because it's like I'm not going to let anybody control how I talk. But I know it's not nice. I know I'm not being nice, but I'm just like, you know, I just, you know. Gosh. It's so hard. It's so hard. I also have to answer to God for every word that comes out of my mouth. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, truly. Where it's like, okay, I can calmly talk about these things, but that gets a little boring after a while. You've heard it all before. You know the situation we're in. You know things aren't too nice. Or I can make jokes and laugh about it. And, you know, when I get going, sometimes I say some out-of-pocket stuff. But there is love in my heart. I promise you there's love in my heart, even for people that I see as my oppressors. I see as my enemies, you know. I still love them. All right. I want to see what this is. The truth, like it or not. Let's imagine that there is no God. If all of this is going away and there is no God, then all of it's meaningless. And all of your endeavors are pointless. You can sit there and identify with your race and say that my race matters. Okay, I guess. Does your race matter if they all turn into cucks, whores, and pagans? Does your race matter if they all become atheists? I don't understand. But even, let's say it's a race of upstanding people. If we all die, if everyone dies, and all of it just ends, who the hell cares? Who cares if you were there or not? It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, though, that there is a God. And that he came to earth and took on human flesh and told us how to have eternal life. And without eternal life, everything in this finite life is meaningless. But with eternal life, everything in this finite life is filled with absolute meaning. Unshakable, absolute meaning. But if that's the case, we have to prioritize him. I want to be able to talk to Jay and be like, Jay, what do we think about this Plato fella, huh? Is this guy a jerk off or what? And I'll literally just, whatever he says, I'll be like, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? No questions asked. Jay, whatever you say about Plato, however you feel about Plato, that's how I feel about Plato, brother. I'm with you, bro. If you think we gotta knock him out, if you think I don't like the way he's acting, something weird about him, yo. I don't like him, yo. Yo, Plato been getting on my nerves, yo. Say no more, fam. Say no more. I'll handle it. Message received, Jay Dyer.
Moral relativists say things like, oh, the problem with you is you think too black and white when in fact there's a lot of gray area. And then they go, gray area, gray area, gray area. And then you see the gray area rising up across the mountains and devouring everything like a bunch of Langoliers. And then the gray area seeps underneath your door frame and starts coming to your house towards you. And then the gray area climbs up your body and into your mouth and nostrils and eyes. And then your gray area too. Because nothing's black and white. There is no good and evil.
Like that. People don't understand that. You can tell by the comments people don't understand. Please go away. I said, Happy New Year, unfriendly commenter. Long story shat. I checked all the boxes. Song about you. I was vetted by the great and honorable Way of the World. Funniest guy on the internet. Just did an Illuminati symbol by accident. maybe I gotta try and get iHypocrite to hear my music. You know, hats off to these guys. I can't find it. Forget it. I can't find it. If anybody knows which video that's from, there's a whole video where I realized that the reason I talk about black people the way I do is because I see them as my oppressors. If anybody knows where that video is, which stream that's from, let me know, because I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. But I do want to talk to that Oriental Orthodox guy, and I hope he can see my channel and say, he's not a bad white, he's just being silly, he's just silly. I'm just silly, guys. I'm just silly. And I think I make it clear with the things I say. When I say something like, ultimately, Christ matters more than our race. Christ matters more than these identities that we cling to. And if we have to abandon these identities in order to have the kingdom of God, then that's a moral imperative. And that if we cling to these identities instead of God, then everything we do is meaningless because we won't inherit more eternal life. And so, yeah, go ahead, cling to that, but it's ultimately meaningless and worthless. So we're called to love. We're just called to love. I don't know what to say. We're not, Muslims out here. We're called to love, I feel like I've alienated my audience. Chat just stopped. I'm like looking at chat like, are you guys mad at me? I'm a complicated person. I'm complicated, okay? I wrestle with a lot of things. This show is just me wrestling with things, okay? You can't be mad at me. You have to respond to me with compassion. You have to respond to me with compassion because I'm a complicated person. You understand? And you have to love me. Okay? That's the rule. Thank you. You're actually the only one I was actually worried about. To be honest. I was like, I hope I didn't just alienate Light of Tabor. I say a lot of out-of-pocket things, but I also say a lot of good stuff. But even the out-of-pocket stuff, I'm only saying it because okay. Put chat right here. I can see chat. I don't have it on the thing, but I can see it. All right, so I need a second verse. If I can finish this. I'm hella out of pocket myself. You remind me of myself a lot. I've just been trying to clean up my channel a bit to help it grow, but my out of pocketness peeks through every now and again. Still, it's unavoidable. Yeah. But it's just, I'm a passionate person in both senses of the word, and there's a way in which it's a problem, but when it comes to interpersonal relationships, you'll never. I try and always kind of extend the hand of kindness or whatever. But when it comes to geopolitical issues and talking about in generalities, then I'm gonna say what's happening. I just don't. I'm gonna say what's happening. I don't want to spend all my time talking about it. I'd like to think I'm a bit more dynamic than just, some political pundit. obsesses over these things, but I'm also not someone who doesn't care about these things because they matter, you know? I don't know. I'm trying to talk to a Maya Physite, Oriental Orthodox guy. Slow boy, what up? Yo, my life has changed straight up. Every time I see Slow Boy in chat, I'm like, my life has changed. Everything's different now. Everything's different. Yeah, that's the thing. And I like to use humor when I talk about these things. And there are also clips of me losing my mind about these things. I'm not going to lie. I could play one, actually. I put it on Twitter. How do you find stuff on Twitter? How do you find stuff? I have not searched Luigi. Don't tell them that. You're making me look stupid. I'm obsessed with Luigi because he blocked me. All I did was tell him that he's wrong about Nick. He's always talking crap about Nick. And it's like, bro, you sound like such a op. Like, Nick's not a bad dude. He's not an Orthodox Christian, but you sound like a A-log when you talk about him. Nick's on the right. Like, he's got his issues. He's not Orthodox, but he is generally correct, and he has the deepest political analysis of anybody out there. Anyway, like, when you talk to other people and they talk about people they think are politically deep, he attends your old church. We've had a lot of beef, but we've also had a lot of talks. And yeah, I've what's it called when you ratio? I've ratioed him a couple times, but only over the Nick stuff. That's it. I genuinely like him, but then he blocked me, even though I'm in his group, and I can't leave his group. I'm still in his group. Like, if you look at my homepage, I'm still in his group, even though he blocked me and I left the group. I'm still in the group. And my last group was me calling him an F word. But I don't know. He made me so mad. It's like, I thought you're into having these discussions. Yeah, I'm into having these discussions as long as you don't disagree with me about Nick. It's like, dude, why you hate Nick so much, man? There's no reason to hate Nick, man. Nick's cool. He may be out of pocket sometimes, but we're all out of pocket. Who here isn't? I like Nick. I wish he was Orthodox because obviously he's missing the spirit of the church, but in a lot of ways he says some really righteous stuff. He points out things. I think he's a bit of a social climber. I don't think he should be associating with Kanye. And I think he needs to stop listening to rap music. But otherwise I like Nick. I've always liked Nick. I've always defended Nick on this show. Fuentes. I always defend Nick. I always defend Jay. I tease them. I make fun of them, but I genuinely appreciate them. They're both extremely intelligent people who I've learned a lot from. Yeah. Luigi hates the guy. He can't stop talking about him. And it's just so suspicious to me. Like, whenever somebody just, like, starts talking about Nick like that. I tried to get on Rebecca's. She didn't even read my chat. They said, "Oh, sorry, hello listener, we missed your chat. We're going to read it next week." And then they didn't. That's so rude. That was my money. That was my money. What, you think I just got tons of money? I like Beardson a little. He doesn't entertain me that much. I'm not a groiper, you know, but I appreciate them. I don't think so. No, I don't think he's gay. I don't think he's gay. Oh, is that a Mexican flag? Is that a gay flag or a Mexican flag? It's so tiny. I guess that's a gay flag. See that? I don't think so. I don't think he's gay. I think he's eccentric. I'm eccentric. And also it's a genetic fallacy. Whether he's, let's say everything that his ops say about him that he's gay. Let's say everything that the ops say about Nick is true. Let's say he's gay. Still, genetic fallacy, ad hominem. His arguments are sound. You know what I mean? His arguments are sound. His argumentation is sound. I go into history and talk about, you know, the religious element of the spiritual battles we're engaged in now, but he goes into the hard, cold facts of what's happening right now and why. And his argumentation is sound. So let's say, worst case scenario, he is gay. He's not wrong. But I don't think he's gay. I really don't think he's gay. I just think he's Italian. I'm Italian too. We're eccentric. I know he crosses his legs. I'd probably cross my legs too if I wasn't fat. It seems comfortable. But if I try to cross my legs, I'd crush important parts of my anatomy. I would literally eviscerate crucial parts of my anatomy. Who is that? Black guy that debates Muslims. Who? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Who are you talking about? Black guy that debates Muslims. I'm not sure. You know, like, that's the thing. Like, we have the light of truth. If we who are Orthodox have the light of truth, we know what's going on. So we can take what's true from what other people say while discarding everything else. I don't subscribe to any of these people. I don't follow any of these people. You know? I appreciate what they're doing, you know? Guy that streams with Sam Shamoon. Sig. I've never heard of this guy. Let me see. How many eyes is that? 3 eyes. Siiig. Never heard of this dude. He's wearing a mask. I wouldn't click on a video. I would never click on a video like this. That's probably why I've never heard of him. Because if I see a black dude in a mask, I'm like, not interested. But yeah, I don't understand the Nick hate. I've talked about it a lot on my channel. I really don't understand the Nick hate, and I've been watching him forever. But everyone that I've talked to that does hate Nick has never just sat and watched an episode of his show. That's what, but I'm not saying that's what you're doing, Slow Boy. But everyone I've talked to in my life who's like, "Oh, Nick's bad," they never watched a whole episode of his show. I mean, Nick has bad qualities. He attacks his viewers like crazy, but and he says some stuff about women that I don't like. But at the same time, in general, I appreciate his perspective. I've always appreciated his perspective for years. For years now, I don't watch him religiously. I haven't watched him in a while, actually. Like Bob from Speaker's Corner. Speaking of Speaker's Corner, I like Bob, but he's an ecumenist. So I take the good and discard the bad. You know, like Bob's good at defending against Muslims. And I appreciate that, but he's like an Anglican, and he thinks that all different versions of Christianity, like he believes in ecumenism, and we can't do ecumenism. Ecumenism is to scrub away the truth for unity, and I can't do that. Yeah. And the way he does it is very educated. I do it in a historical sense. He does it in a very, like right now. He's got names, addresses, dates. The dude's like an encyclopedia. So I can look past his eccentricities because I know, I mean, Jay's eccentric in his own ways, not like in a gay way, but what word? He has his eccentricities, but you know, I still appreciate him. I've had people really try and convince me to like not appreciate Nick, to like hate Nick, and I just don't get it. That's what always seems suspicious to me. Yeah. I feel the same way about Owen Benjamin. I've always felt there's like a desperation in Owen Benjamin's eyes that has always made me uncomfortable. There's something in Owen Benjamin's eyes that just makes me uncomfortable, like a real desperation to be accepted. I can't deal with him. And he just lashes out at everyone. I'm not with all that. I'm not with like hating everybody and lashing out and attacking everybody. But you know, I can appreciate him to an extent, you know, but I don't really watch him. I don't really watch anybody right now. I watch Jay pretty religiously when I'm driving. I just listen to him debating people. I'm tempted to like buy ChatGPT because all I really want to do is just learn quickly about things. And I'm tempted to like hook up a headphones and drive and just talk to ChatGPT all day. Because that's like my favorite thing to do is have my questions answered quickly. I just love that. That's how I learn. Instead of like, oh, I did all the research. He did the research. ChatGPT did the research. And I can check the facts afterwards. But Jay Dyer's pretty close to listening to ChatGPT. Been falling asleep to Jay debate videos lately. I've been falling asleep to this channel. What's the channel called? Yeah, but it's all insinuation. I know what you're talking about. There's entire factions of people dedicated to hating Nick, you know. There's like people, you know that you're a big deal when people can make careers on hating you. And there's entire people who make their careers on hating Nick and trying to point out that he's gay or that he's FBI. And it's like, none of that deals with the arguments that Nick's putting forth, you know? Like, I don't think he's gay. I really don't think he's gay. And I've seen all the evidence. I do think he plays his cards when it comes to certain alliances, and I think he's, you know, he's, what's it called? Tactical. I think he's very tactical with his relationships. But none of that takes away from what he's saying. That's all I care about. I'm just like, I don't know. So like, I don't know. To me, it's just like, is what he's saying true or not? That's what matters. Got into Mar-a-Lago because of Milo. Yeah, I know. I know they, I mean, he said that he got hacked. Maybe he got hacked. Maybe he didn't. I know he streamed with Catboy Cammy. And I remember watching Catboy Cammy back in the day. And back in the day, it was very rare that you could find someone that said the truth. So you kind of dealt with crap. But once I saw him do that thing with the DILDO, I think he did some gay crap on stream, and I was like, okay, not watching this dude. I don't know, just again, it as much as I don't know, it just doesn't take away from his robust political analysis and his sound argumentation. And I don't know, I'm just not gonna feed into that. You know, people, I don't know, it just doesn't seem important to me. What seems important to me is whether or not his argumentation is sound. And it is. I never saw that. I've seen a lot of information. I could bring up the messages. Somebody recently just sent me like nonstop receipts of why I have to hate Nick. Look, I'm not going to hate Nick. As much as I love you, slow boy, I'm not going to hate Nick. I don't hate Nick. He's sound. His argumentation is sound. His political analysis is robust, and we all have our failings. And I don't think he's gay, but if he is, I don't think he's gay. Now you're making me think. Come on, stop it. I just don't think it's true. I don't think he's gay. Can I just stop? I don't think he's gay, dude. Come on, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. There's people who have an entire career on trying to force the issue of Nick being a gay op. But what about the argumentation, slow boy? Is his argumentation sound? You know, no matter where it comes from, is the argumentation sound? Or in what way is he leading people astray besides trying to get people to be Catholic instead of Orthodox? That's my biggest takeaway. Is like, in what way is he leading people astray? He exposes the Amish. He's made them almost a mainstream topic now. Normies talk about him. Normies on Instagram are posting videos of him now. So issues that need to be tended to, need to be talked about, are now mainstream. In very large part because of him. So like, what's the end goal? If he's an op, if he's FBI, what's the end goal? Yeah, but okay, here's the difference there. Brother Nathaniel makes orthodoxy look bad. Brother Nathaniel makes orthodoxy look bad. If Nick makes Catholics look bad, that doesn't affect me. If he was a secret gay Orthodox, and I don't think he is, but let's say he was, then that would be a bad look, and I would say nah. But I mean, secret gay Catholic, tale as old as time. Tale as old as time, my friend. Not saying he is, but I'm just saying that doesn't affect me. With Brother Nathaniel, that affects me directly because this man is posing as a representation of orthodoxy online in a way that gives it a bad name. I see way more problems with him than I do with Nick, to be honest. I see way more problems with him than I do with Nick. I feel like so much of this show is just me defending Nick, and I don't even want to. I don't even want to. How did we get on this topic? Why am I always put in this position where I have to defend Nick? I don't even want to. What do you think of E. Michael? What do you think of E. Michael Jones? I don't know. It's like everybody has their problems. I don't know too many people online. Look, you can't be an online person, an online personality, without being a little insane, without having something wrong with you. I've said this on my show a million times. I don't do this because I'm stable. I do this because no, you're not chat rat. I'm just enjoying the talk now. I don't do this because I'm stable. I do this because there's something missing in me that this fills. Nobody stable has a show. Nobody normal has a show. So I think everyone who's streaming, there's going to be some weird stuff, some stuff they're dealing with to an extent. You know what I mean? Otherwise, they would just have a normal life. And they wouldn't just be eccentric aristocrats online trying to make a living by talking. That's an absurd thing. But here I am. And there Nick is, and there Jay is. We're just doing this. Yeah, I agree with that pretty much. I have a lot of EMJ's books, though. He put me onto a lot of stuff, though a lot of his takes are off lately. But he put me onto the history of Amish subversion, and he has some really I wanted to talk to you about that, Light of Tabor. How does he say it? Lagos or something? I wanted to talk to you about... Yeah. Because he has these really interesting things about horror. I like the way Michael Jones thinks. He thinks in this very interesting way, where he talks about like how architecture is used to destroy people. He talks about Bauhaus and how it led Bauhaus architecture and brutalist architecture and what it did to the human psyche. Or he talks about horror movies and how most horror movies come from a brokenness in a person where they like Logos. I feel bad even saying that for some reason. How horror, because I know you like horror stuff, how like most horror comes from this place of modern brokenness, and it's and like how there's actually moral lessons in horror. So I like that. I've appreciated him. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Slow Boy. The RCs need to take a seat. The RCs need to take a seat and collapse into orthodoxy. But everyone does. Everyone needs to take a seat. I barely and look, I don't listen to anybody when it comes to theology outside of Orthodox people. If somebody's talking theology and they're not Orthodox, I'm genuinely not interested. Not because I don't think they're intelligent or anything, but because I know they're not being led by the church and that they're prone to all sorts of prelest. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I tend to, I don't really watch anybody though. Not lately, besides Jay. I listen to Jay, and then I just kind of sit around and let it come to me. I just kind of sit and I let it come to me. I think, I go, oh, okay. I put a Subway bag over my head and I just kind of sit there, and then I talk to ChatGPT and oh, interesting. And I go to church and I just, I've got my own ways to figure things out now. I don't need EMJ or Nick anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, I want to find his stuff about horror. I wonder if I could, because it's really interesting. That's true. I mean, but that's what always happens when you break off from the true church. You start to find this new thing to obsess over. It's almost kind of like they're all cults. Like, if you know about Jehovah's Witnesses just kind of spend their time thinking about how everyone else is wrong and they're right. Orthodox people think about love, truth, light, and changing inward. That's what we think about. We think about overcoming our passions. You know what I mean? But every sort of parachurch that breaks off from orthodoxy thinks about like, they think about, they think in terms of, resistance to orthodoxy, or they think in terms of their own weird little ideas, and it's all in opposition to the truth. And that's kind of how they define themselves. They become overcome with some other spirit. That seems to be what always happens. So yeah, I don't listen to anybody when it comes to theology besides, the saints. Who else is there? The saints and the church fathers. The church. I don't need anybody else. I wish people would just become orthodox and realize how beautiful everything becomes when you have the truth in the center of your life. How much less you have to spend your time, obsessing with nonsense and worrying about things that really don't matter. The goal of the world and creation, ecumenism and God and creation. St. Justin Popovich. Humanistic ecumenism is to be rejected, not theanthropic ecumenism. What does theanthropic mean? Theanthropic. Humanist ecumenism, not theanthropic. I'm not sure. Humanist. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Why did you roll your eyes at me, Toilet Bowl Earth? What did I do? I'm not an ecumenist. Nothing about me is. I'm as far from ecumenism as you can get, I think. Here, we'll do a quick video.
I'm Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. Clean up your damn room. Stand up straight with your shoulders back and listen to the Patrick Coffin Show.
Thank you, Dr. Peterson. This is the Patrick Coffin Show. Today we're going to talk about the rise of horror, the horror genre. What was it a reaction to? Why are horror movies so popular today? When did they first start, and what can we call the first work of horror? We're going to talk about the story behind the story.
Are you basically saying that ultimately we do want ecumenism within the church? Because I would agree with that, as long as the truth isn't compromised. I want Catholicism to reject its heresies and come back to the church. I want the Oriental Orthodox to reject their heresies and come back to the church. I want the Protestants to reject their heresies and come back to the church. But that's the only ecumenism that I see as acceptable. And I think that's exactly what the church fathers would say, and the church itself. The only ecumenism is one where truth is paramount, not one where the truth is smudged in the name of humanism.
And dig into lots of fun things. So get your movie nerd on, and we'll be right back straight after these short, brief, pithy words. Our guest today is Dr. E. Michael Jones. He is the editor of Culture Wars magazine and the author of over a dozen books, including Barren Metal, Dionysius Rising, Libido Dominandi, and the book into which we shall dig today, Monsters of the Id.
That's silly. That's why you're rolling your eyes at me? Oh. Well, now it sounds like we agree. I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand what's going on in chat. Ultimately, okay.
Yeah, the rise of horror in fiction and film. Dr.
He
Jones,
has a booger on his nose. Look. He has
Thank
a
you,
booger.
Patrick. Good to be here.
I first encountered your work at Franciscan University of Steubenville,
And
where
so
we
do
were
I.
assigned Degenerate Moderns, Modernity as Rationalized Sexual Mystery.
Too many new converts use their conversion to lord over others. Is the story? I mean, I think if you watch my talks, I talk about these things openly with people without trying to lord it over people, but also I'm not going to sit there and accept false beliefs. I'm not going to not defend the church. I'm not going to not defend the truth. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sensitive. Hey, Toilet Bowl Earth, I'm sensitive.
Misbehavior, and a book I've reread, especially the Luther Legacy chapter. Was that book the first time that you began to notice the underbelly of stories, or the underbelly of, in this case, rationalized sexual misbehavior?
This show is so much better now that I have a more lively chat that can talk about these issues in more depth. You know, because then I could do my opening monologue, I can F around with music, and then I could just kind of keep up with chat, and we could have interesting discussions. This is like so much. If I can keep this going instead of collapsing back into nobody watching, that'll be a good thing, because then we can have edifying conversations in the chat.
Because you've got the surfacey version of events, but then you have this untold story of motivations and rationalization and bad consciences. Was that the book that kind of started you on that way of communicating and researching?
Actually, this was the culmination of having lived.
Never mind, this is really boring. But anyway, he talks about things really in an interesting way, you know. Me and you should talk about it, Light of Tabor. Maybe we'll have a conversation about it at some point. I'll like re-listen to his stuff on my own and come back to it. I had some things I saved, some bookmarks I was thinking of looking at.
Is to get everybody to, like, my goal is to get everybody to move back to Africa. That's my goal.
Okay.
I want to get as many African Americans back home to Africa as I possibly can. Because I know the day they move back, everything they fighting for in America, they will not have to fight for over there. All the struggle that they struggling over there, they're going to come there with this mindset, with this mentality, with the finances that they built, you know, the equity in life, and bring it back and invest that in Africa. Man, Africa could be the strongest nation in the world. Like, my goal is
Would be the strongest nation in the world. Let's support Akon. I agree with Akon. I think, and I'm not. I'm laughing because I agree. I'm laughing out of the happiness of an agreement. We need to support Akon on his journey to. I just think Akon has some good points. Oh yeah, this. Using big words is another form of white supremacy. Blacks who live in urban areas don't have the same access to education as whites. This makes them less smart. If you feel the need to communicate like you are a thesaurus, you are probably a white supremacist. I don't know. Do I have to say anything? I'm not going to say anything. I'm having a nice show. New footage of the Clonmel migrant refugee camp in County Tipperary. Gotta go back and build Wakanda. Hey, man, I want everybody to thrive. Truly. I want everyone to thrive. I don't want anybody to have a bad time. It's the Amish that want us all to get mixed up and fight each other and stab each other in the neck at GameStop. You know? Look, if your way of living is stabbing each other and killing each other and stuff like that, you know, I don't think it's right, but do you. Just do it somewhere else with people who like that sort of thing. It's like the concentric monarchy. Hello, listeners, concentric monarchy. I'm telling you. Watch this show. I know it's a slow start. Guys. This show right here, it's a slow start. But there's a good part here. And Constantine, an outsider, had a vision. Right here, concentric monarchy, which brought him to the church. Let me highlight this for a second. So, and I think in a way, my suspicion is that this reflects the kingdom of heaven. Maybe it's more stratified than the kingdom of heaven. Maybe not. Hear me out. I know it's crude, and I know I'm a simpleton. But it's a very simple situation. But hear me out. Essentially, different levels of excommunication, which goes well with this idea of the church subsuming the state. So right here we have essentially the saints, the elders, right? Let's say saints. This is a way of formulating a future government which is itself the church and allows for people to rise to the level of their own piety in society. In the high piety in society, Mark, highest authority. You can use that, Mark. Making the word saints look so scary. And out here is the outer We'll go faster. We'll go faster. I'm sorry. We'll go 1.25. I know I'm a slow talker. The outer
Thank you.
darkness. It's where the shorks live. All right. Again, with the rap. The outer darkness. That's where the shorks live. Essentially, society is run in a series of excommunications, and you rise to the level of your... Wait, I'm interrupting myself. Hold on. Essentially, society is run in a series of excommunications, and you rise to the level of your own behavior. You have no place amongst the most privileged aspects of society, because the most privileged aspects demand the most obedience. You value your freedom. Maybe you value your freedom to be a little crazy. Maybe you value freedom to willfully sin. Maybe you value your freedom to be a liar and a cheater and a stealer. Maybe you value your freedom to be a murderer. Well, then you go with the people who are like you. You have no place in the inner sanctum. The inner sanctum is for those who are obedient to Christ. And depending on the level of your sin, depending on the level of your iniquity, you end up in a stratum, straight, filled with people like you, filled with people who value their sin or whatever to the level that you do. And so that goes all the way to actual excommunication, anathema. And then you're in the outer darkness, and that's where all the wild things are, maybe some trees, maybe some golems over here being like angry. They're just grumpy golems. And, that's where you belong. You don't belong in civilization if you can't act civilized. Those who want civilization, they get to have it. Those who cannot be civilized are not tolerated, period. Period. Okay, you can't be a saint, we understand. You can be outside of the inner sanctum. You're doing your best, but you're, whatever. So you can hang out over here. Oh, you have some deeper issues? Well, then you go here. This is where all the people with some deeper issues go, right? And it's not so bad for you, You can still have some form of a society with people with deeper issues. It's not going to be as nice as this because this is full of people who are a lot more sincere about their faith. And it's definitely not going to be as nice as this because this is where the saints live. So it's almost like a physical representation of the spiritual characteristics of a person. I believe that this is how things should be done. And I believe this should subsume the government entirely. And as far as worldly affairs are, I don't know. What can you say? I think we've demonstrated that worldly affairs are in the hands of God. And we have. And let me just kind of summarize all of this. Because this was kind of the point of this episode, how orthodoxy will spread. Again, it was a slow start, but I got there. And the way orthodoxy will spread is how it always has. And it always has by divine providence. Constantine was outside of the faith, but transformed the faith so that Christians were no longer persecuted and orthodoxy spread. Saint Vladimir, or not Saint Vladimir, I don't know if he's a saint, but the Prince of Kiev, he was outside of the faith, but he expanded, conquered Khazaria, and then converted and transformed Holy Russia into this massive Orthodox empire. And so it didn't happen by us asserting our dominance or doing anything. It happened by our piety and our clinging to the church. Nothing we did had anything to do with Constantine. That was divine intervention. Nothing we did had anything to do with the Prince of Kiev. That was divine intervention. So it's when we seek after worldly power that these things collapse all around us, which you can see with Roman Catholicism. And the ultimate goal of the church is to be the entirety of society, piety, okay. There is no need for government. There is no need for And this sounds crazy, but I'm not like an anarchist. I'm not saying this in an anarchist way. I'm saying this that in the kingdom of heaven is a kingdom. It's not a democracy. It's a kingdom. You know what I mean? It doesn't have a parallel thing. Here's the church and here's the state. No, it's all the church. All of it's the church. And so that's the ultimate goal of the church on earth, because we're supposed to reflect the kingdom of God in heaven. It's an eternal kingdom that spans both worlds. So the ultimate goal of the church is to subsume the government entirely. And then you only exist in society insofar as you are a follower of Christ. And so the concentric monarchy is in a sense, it is a series of excommunications until a final excommunication instead of prison time. You know, now you're in prison and now you hate the state. And why is the state doing this to me? I'm just trying to live, you know? No, you understand the consequences of your actions because it's an entire Christian society. You understand that what you've done is not just you've broken the law, but you've sinned against God. And so you rise to the level of your own piety. I know it seems rudimentary, but in my mind, this seems like how society should be run. And if you can't exist in society, then you are fully excommunicated, and we have nothing to do with you. We hand you over to the devil. And even that is an act of love. As St. Paul did with the man who was having an affair with his stepmother. He handed him over to the devil. And what happened? The man repented and came back into the fold. That's the thing. Outsiders, Protestants especially, they think anathemas are so mean. It's like, dude, anathemas are both biblical and an act of love. They want some hippie anarchy. It's like the big mistake of the founding fathers. They created this country, the founding fathers of America, they created this country thinking that everybody was going to be a moral people. Well, what happens when they aren't? Well, then all of your foundation falls apart. All of your lofty ideas come to nothing, and it all becomes exploited. Tax loopholes and protests in the streets to defund the police, and all of a sudden the whole thing comes crashing down under the weight of other people's sin. What if the church was the state? Then there would be no way for that, because love rules over all. And you have no business here if you're not under Christ. And so, I mean, we all exist in one of these circles right now. You know, all of us are, none of us, I mean, I don't know, maybe you guys are, but I'm not a saint. I'm a messed up person. I have a lot of sin that I wrestle with. So I would be somewhere in the kingdom. This isn't the heavenly kingdom, but the worldly reflection of the heavenly kingdom. I would have my place within it amongst people that are like me, who are struggling against their sin to the degree that I am. And maybe people who are struggling against it less than I am would exist with people who are struggling against it less than I am. But love rules overall, because all of these people are called to repentance. No matter what segment of the population you are in, you are called to be a saint. And when theosis is the ultimate goal, and that's understood by the entire populace, that theosis is the ultimate goal, and everything takes on a much richer, much deeper meaning. And you're not breaking the law, you're sinning against God and your brother. Me too, man. Me too. I'm far from a saint. So this is my idea. I call it Sinner's Concentric Monarchy. And it's kind of reflected in a talk in the Brothers Karamazov. There's a talk in, I think in the second chapter when they're talking to Zosimus about Ivan is talking to Zosimus about the church subsuming the state entirely. And even though Ivan is just playing with words because he's a atheist, he's still cooking. Again, that goes back to the genetic fallacy. Even an atheist can say the correct thing, you know what I mean? So, like, we have to take things for what they are. And yeah, we have to take things for what they are. I guess that's it. That's all I was talking about. I forgot how I got on this subject. Dang, I've been streaming for a while now, huh? Do I have anything else? I want to finish these albums. Mark, we got to figure out what we're doing this week. Julian was on here earlier. I don't know if he is now. He was asking me about Dewey Rames' translation of a verse that had some weird insinuations, and I'm like, I'm not, like, I just told him, dude, we're not interested in the Latin Vulgate. We're not interested in the Latin Vulgate. The Dewey Rames is translated almost entirely from the Latin Vulgate. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the original Greek manuscripts. I don't have to sit here with my own intellect and try and work everything out. I have to work out my salvation. But as far as theology, that's already been worked out through the true faith, through the true church. It's already been taken care of. I can rest easy in the arms of the true church, in the body of Christ. I don't have to spend all this time trying to find secret answers within the Bible. The answers are given. The truth is known. It's available to everyone. But yeah, Mark, we got to figure that out. We got to figure out our talk with Julian, if that's happening this week, because I'm not going to stream during Holy Week. I'm not going to be here at all. So let's figure that out. I tried to get Julian on Signal, and I tried to get you on Telegram, and do I gotta be the go-between? Come on, people. We gotta find a group chat around. It's got to be a group chat somewhere that we can have here. And the group chat's just my comments, my chat. My live chat is our group chat. So yeah. Okay. Recap of the week. Hopefully we're going to be doing a stream with Light of Tabor and Crew of Good Juju. Hopefully I'll be doing a stream with this Oriental Orthodox guy. I have another Oriental Orthodox guy who wants to come on my show named H-Knock. Yeah, I'm thinking about talking to him if this guy doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, it's very clearly a subversion. It's very clearly a subversion, the Masoretic text. But the Latin Vulgate was before the Masoretic text, but it still has issues, and you can kind of see the issues come to fruition in Roman Catholicism. Instagram. Maybe we could do Instagram. I have a Colossal Squid Instagram somewhere. I can maybe do Instagram. I'll see if Julian has one. That might work. If I'm the go-between, then yeah, I'm just going to send you both a Google link and we'll do it like that. All we got to do is figure out a time. I know for you it's after 4 Pacific Standard Time, correct? Can I just lock you in sometime during the week after 4 Pacific Standard Time, correct? And then just kind of work with him the rest of it? What was I talking about? So yeah, hopefully I'm going to talk to an Oriental Orthodox this week, and then I'm going to stream. Now that I know, hit the like button, by the way, if you're watching. I want to point this out one more time. I found out yesterday that this, If I Forgive Them, Who Will Kill Them, it was exported in mono with really bad audio. I guess I didn't check it. So this isn't how the album's supposed to actually sound. So what I'm going to try and do is stream the album at some point this week. so I at least have a stream where it's correct. So those are my plans for the week. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Unless it's a good thing. Are you glad? You're totally free now? Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. All right. So we'll figure it out. Sounds like it's going to work out. That's the week. The week is, at some point, it looks like we're going to have a chat with Light of Tabor. What kind of album? What kind of album? That's a broad question. What kind of album is it? Like, it's like schizo music. I'll take it. It's schizo music. Here, I'll play this song. This will give you an idea. Oh, it's playing at the wrong speed. I don't know if this might be a mono too.
God speak to the echoes of night, full take me from a life we know I can't commit it. I think that I really tried. But what we say might not lie. Lord, I can face you on Judgment Day, I know. I'm Aladdin on a carpet ride for sure. Eventually the magic dies, oh no. And night falls to fall. Honestly, I'm out of excuses.
It's kind of, I could see the Witch House comparison, but there's also, I go all over the place. Truly, I go all over the place. There's no, I go all over the place. Like right now, I'm trying to finish up this album right here called Top Ramen. And it's a lot more catchy, straightforward, better mastered. Not better, just like a more pristine sort of sound. Here, I'll play you a snippet of one of the songs on Top Ramen. Here we go. Just a second. Come on, man. If this freezes, stream over. If this actually freezes, stream over. Oh, okay, here we go.
All the songs that we're meant to sing, all are gone if we don't know it. Won't be at what's going on inside.
even if I have a little bit. Once too much, I gotta quit. I'm being legit. Fire underneath the surface. This bourbon got me thinking I'm the shit. Let the chain gun spray, let the condoms spray. Don't feel so great to be replaced. Don't feel so good. This the way. Apathy. With the weight of greatness weigh you down. I'll be happy not to wear this crown. Getting hard to wrangle all these clowns. I'll just be a stranger in the crowd. I'm less than 10%. I know what I'm to do with it. I want my welcome out of my own. Convincing yourself everybody else is from hell. Helped you with the wealth that you held. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think the swell helped you fail.
So you got that. You got this.
Oh boy, why you acting like a replicant? Oh boy, you irrelevant. Oh boy, why you acting like a replicant? Oh boy, you irrelevant. Oh boy, why you acting like a replicant? Oh boy, you irrelevant. Oh boy, why you acting like a replicant? Oh boy, you irrelevant. And who you voting for?
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm almost done with this album. It ends on a positive note. But yeah, it's a good little album. And it's a lot more, you know, kind of straightforward.
I'm so tired of acting like a good dude. Niggas can't play with me, even if they want to. I ain't got no hands, I got that pew pew. If you want talk that yak, I'ma find you. I'm so tired of acting like a good dude. Niggas can't play with me, even if they want to. I ain't got no hands, I got that
This song's
pew
called
pew.
Top Ramen.
If you want talk that yak, I'ma find you.
Seymour Supreme.
You got it.
Seymour Supreme.
That's right, that's fine.
Seymour Supreme.
Yeah, baby.
Seymour Supreme.
Seymour Supreme. One of these days we can find him in the fray, making an example of.
But I'm also making like a rock album that's fire. So that's why it's hard for me to like really kind of answer the question, what kind of music do you do? I've never been able to really answer that because I just do whatever. I just kind of do whatever. I'm making this really nice rock album that I love. I'll show you. This song's called Tavistock. Nope, this is.
When they are introduced
What's up? I'm just giving you snippets. Thanks. Oh, dude, Mark, are you serious? No. Sorry, I get fired so often that I don't even think it's serious. Prayers for Light of Tabor, Mark Rattel. Bro, if you need anything, let me know. Just hit me up. If there's any way I can help, just let me know. I didn't realize it was serious. My bad, bro. I've been like fired. My life, I've spent more. I just get fired all the time, so I just don't even consider it. Yeah, hit me up if you need anything, man. If there's any way I can help. Nice. Thank you, Toilet Bowl Earth. I share sentiments with your name, to be honest. Not a fan of this place. Gee whiz, man. This song's sick. I gotta mix the vocals, but it just gets better and better as it goes on. Oh wow. Are you Orthodox Toilet Bowl Earth? The freaking name, dude. Here, I'll put a couple links in chat. Julian, you're here. Mark and you should figure out a time real quick, and I'll see if I can do it.
This
I mean, to be honest, I was looking forward to it being 3 people that I know, but I guess, you know, I guess you could invite Fast Eddie. I don't know. Yeah, like I kind of wanted it to be the 3 of us, just because I know you guys. I like talking to you guys. But I also don't want you to feel like, oh, 2 Orthodox guys and me. If that's your thinking, I don't want you to feel like that. Because this isn't like a intervention. We're just talking. Yeah, Pre-Sanctified is on Wednesday, but for me it's much later. I mean, tomorrow I can do at 3:30. To be honest, I would just prep tonight, get the new screen ready, and prep tonight. I could do tomorrow. Legit. Okay. Yeah. Are you guys into tomorrow? For me, that's 12:30, so that's fine. I could do that. I'll wake up, do my thing, get the stream ready, and then hit you guys up. Nice. We're connecting people. We're making friendships. Alliances are being formed. We're starting book clubs. You guys feeling tomorrow? Who's feeling tomorrow? Tomorrow, 3:30 Central. Okay, we got 2 for the... Yeah? Wow, this week is shaping up. Yeah, I could do that. Nice. Well, that was easy. Didn't even need a messenger. Okay, so I'll send you both the link tomorrow. You can restream it on your own channels. I can send you the videos, however you guys want to do it. But for me, I'm going to be streaming it on my channel so I can make a nice little setup for all of us. I'm going to work on the setup after stream because I think that would be boring for you guys to watch me do that. Nice. Slow Boy will be here. Sick. Oh my gosh. My life has changed. My life has changed. Can you tell by my eyebrows? Yeah, do I have anything else? I think I showed enough variety in my music. This is a nice little song.
Pack your bags, we leave tonight. Quick, we're running out of
All right, however you want to do it. But I'll send y'all a Google link, and then we'll do it from there. I'm going to do some test links today, just to see how I can set up the screen over here. But however y'all want to do it, you can.
If we want to see the light, if we want to turn on, but your dumb ass dreaming. The devil's scheming. No one said that it'd be easy. Quite the opposite, my friend. The mountain bad
I do it on YouTube, it'll just get copyright struck and taken down. Smokey Black. Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I remember him. Nice. I think he sings a little better than me. Oh, it didn't show up. The link. Maybe I have links disabled? Let me check. I gotta check off stream. It's a little bit. But I already know the I already know the song. Yeah, I've listened to some Spooky Black. Yeah, I've been wanting to, cause that's my I hate that about like music shows on YouTube. They talk about the music but they don't play it, and it just I hate it so much. Toilet Bowl Earth Goislop Guru. that literally brought up nothing except for a Yahoo Yahoo answer. Then nothing came up. But yeah, maybe if I just do stuff that I know is not copyrighted, like weird Bandcamp stuff. I don't know what the deal is. Like, will my channel get taken down if I play music? Does it mute it? Like Twitch, I used to try and stream on Twitch, and it would just mute the music. It would mute the parts with music. If I just get copyright struck, that's fine. I'm not making money anyway. But if it's going to take the video down, then that stinks. But yeah, that was always my problem with music channels. They'd be reviewing music, but you wouldn't hear any music. You have to search in YouTube. Hello, okay, let me see. Hold on one second. Toilet Bowl. Earth. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, Goislop Guru. Oh.
So I hit the chicken pie on the live YouTube rhymes with Yakub. Think about it, use your brain, Baman. I disavow only positive vibrations here.
I love that you did the beat channel thing.
Rust is very not very good. It might be a little burnt. What is my wife doing?
This is scary.
What is my wife doing?
What is my wife doing?
Oven was too hot. The oven was very much too hot. What is my wife doing? Is she drunk? Does she need me to tell her not to do this again? Why is my wife doing this? Burn my food. I tell her don't do this again. Very simple. And I invoke serve. Praise be to the mighty Jesus. Hallelujah. Positive stream.
Beat goes pretty hard, honestly.
Mamacita made me scam the road. Yeah. Scam the road. The steer neck. He's going to teach us the secret to Jesus. Maybe you tell you, but don't do.
Is this cursing me?
Take a bite of this delicious chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie. Very good chicken pot pie. Very good chicken pot pie. Very good. Very good. Moist up, moist up, moist up. Very good boys.
I like that you can hear him eating the goy slop at the end. What was the one you said, Julian?
Very good. Very good.
Big Henry's Ghetto Space Opera. Big Henry's Ghetto Space Opera. Is that this one? I know luxury retail. I'm pretty sure they're subscribed to me.
Anybody want to pick their nose and you know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is you.
Yeah, boy, Henry blowing out by the pound, and that track ball so thick, keep the sound in. So it don't matter if nobody be around when his toothpaste get wasted, go horizontal bound. I'm a feature to you, every feature a place. What amount of red flesh, smoke myself in a space. I think I got a fetish that I need to embrace. If I'm not paid in my place, on your tongue gonna take. 40.
Heavy.
Heavy Sick Records, Big Henry Ball. Oh, I got you. Which song? Ball? I don't see ball. Oh, there it is.
Stay strapped like a boss, lifelong nigga. Banana on the 9, donkey fucking gone nigga. Money on my mind, cousin, I'm the wrong nigga. Fuckin' with my grind, get you put beneath the lime, nigga. Sun sinks, hit the clubs, and we shine, nigga. Insane, getting love, I'm a shot, nigga. Rethink if you think I'ma ride with your shrink to the back, cause I'm back with a tie, nigga. Yeah, nigga, head trick, looking at your face, and I'ma take it all. When niggas hear niggas, never drop top, then fall. And if I gave a fuck, then the motherfucker wouldn't even try it all. Knowing that I have and I still fall. Chilled in the whip with a pedal to the floorboard. With a woman on my side that I kill for. Middle finger to the sky, fuck a god, I'm alive in heaven and the devil is right before doors. Come around, bring some niggas in a 4-4. In a second, you been stepping in the more door. Ain't no telling what's dwelling within the corridors. Without a bet, you been bested within my city core. Never won't stress that your life is on the line, son. Inclined to invoke a couple nines, son. Deep rest gets steep, we my line, son. They wanna make a nigga dirty the box. I'm riding dirty with the dirty stalking the docks. Then you can break for your mistake and you're a fucking macaque. To a gorilla killer nigga with a couple of blocks. Yeah, nigga, head trigger looking at your face and I'ma take it off. When niggas scared, niggas in my drop top, that's long. And if I give a fuck, then a motherfucker wouldn't even try it all. So I never have, and I still ball.
Well, thank you for everyone for your submissions. I appreciate. Thank you for everybody's submissions to my new checking out people's music show. Have you guys heard Mark's Raps? Let's check out Mark's Raps while we're here. Slowboy never isn't getting attacked by the ops. They're watching your channel, Slowboy. I can't tell you how many times I've had to resubscribe to you.
I did not respect your establishment. I'm about to show you what's happening. Jumping on the mic like a javelin. 2020, what happened then? Looking all around, seeing masks on friends. Got a vax in your left arm bend. Go ahead and do it like you're following a trend. I don't know if you can critically think for yourself anymore. Falling to the floor, get back up, reach to the seashore. Do you really need more sunlight on your face? Maybe vitamin D. What is that? A disgrace to the face you were given. Made in the image of God, prison that you're locked in. A brand new concoction, it's put in your arm and you're feeling like a possum hiding in the bushes. Kick a freestyle, what you doing? Take a second look at what you decided. Where you end up in the ground living lifeless. Kick a freestyle, do it like your vices, or eat you up inside this beautiful place. I'm getting spiced in. Yo, I'm putting spices in the soup. Kick a freestyle, do it like I'm finna do. What you should have done a long time ago. Jumping off Geronimo, come back, I gotta go.
Off the dome.
They gaslighting, they trying to clash with a titan. I'm on the microphone and I'm about to rhyme, too exciting for them to catch it. Put out your hand for a second and touch it. At the edge of the fingertip, go ahead and do that art piece. Gotta do it like Mark Beast. Yeah, he's on the microphone and doing it. The mark of the beast is coming soon. It might already be here. Maybe the precursor, a whole lot of fear spreading around on the playground. What you say now? Kicking freestyles, this my dungeon, better stay out. Rhyming in this dungeon.
That's my dungeon, but it's day out. Bro, you freestyle like real 90s rap, like the stuff that I like grew up on.
Kick a freestyle while you hate something. Little blueberry muffins looking kinda soft. I kick a freestyle and do it. Watch me do the sign of the cross. The right way. Ignite me. Upon the microphone I'm getting hyphy. Unlikely. They despise me. From a distance, never in my face. I'll be traveling through the outer space, inner space. In the interstate. With Martin Lawrence in 1998, kicking freestyles, you could never find your fate, cause you're not aligned with the truth, capital T, a who, not a what.
Can't wait to hear your written stuff, bro. All right. Professional Googler.
Kicking freestyles, you could never find your fate, cause
everybody said no, but I didn't listen. Thank you for answering the poll, but you have no control over me. Grew up on Wu-Tang. A couple of months ago, I was listening to like pivotal hip hop albums, trying to get into them. Cause like I hate rap, but you know, I still like it. I don't know, I'm complicated, but I was trying to listen to all the, you know, the rap albums that have been like lauded throughout. So I listened to Only Built for Cuban Links. I listened to, well, what you should do is, you know what you got to do? You got to do what I do. Punch in. Mark. Get yourself some simple program and punch in. Freestyle and then edit freestyle, edit until you have a freestyle that you're like, hell yeah. That's what me and Lil Wayne do. What was I saying? So I listen to Only Built for Cuban Links. I listen to what's the album with Shook Ones is on? Off of The Infamous. I listened to The Infamous. I went through all the stuff, and like I saw some things here and there that I liked, but for the most part I was just like, I don't know. Then I listened to I tried to go through all these albums that are supposed to be like pivotal rap albums, and I just can't take all the darkness. Honestly, that's my problem. Like anything I listen to, like I can't take darkness. I can't take like the celebration of evil. I don't like foul language. I like, you know, that's so like even while there's things I'll like about it, at the end of the day, I can't like get into that substrate and like vibe with it in the way that I would something that doesn't offend me, doesn't offend my sensibilities. And that's kind of always been an issue, except when I was really young. When I was really young, I used to listen to a lot of rap. When I was young, I used to listen to a lot of DMX. DMX. I had a couple of his albums, a couple Jay-Z albums. I was really into Styles P when I was younger, and Young Jeezy. But even then, with Young Jeezy, I felt the darkness. The darkness in his music was so heavy that I like, you know, sometimes I'll listen to stuff and I have to just like protect my heart while I'm listening to it. I'm just like, ugh, I don't know what it is. Like stuff upsets me for some reason. A lot of music upsets me. That's why I'm like, I almost never listen to anything. Dang. Yeah, I used to listen to 36 Chambers. My cousins were all super into hip hop. Like deeply embedded in the hip hop community. I would go over and they'd be watching the Five Deadly Venoms, like all the movies that were like sampled by Wu-Tang. Every time I went over there, they were always trying to put me onto some hip hop. And I was always just like, it's nice, but it's also kind of not nice. You know what I mean? It's kind of not nice. It's nice, but it seems like the most evil thing I've ever heard in my life. Why are they saying these things? You're like, well, they're saying these things because they're thinking these things. They're saying this, it's because, you know, especially in freestyle, you know, freestyle, man, you could be inviting yourself into some real stuff. You ever see somebody freestyle and you're like, yo, it's like I wasn't even there, bro. It's like something took over me. Oh yeah? What do you think took over you, bud? Cash Money? Bro, I always hated Cash Money. When Juvenile came out, that was like my tipping point. I'm like, are they serious? When he came out, I was like, are they serious? Is this serious? But then I did listen to Trick Daddy. I was into Trick Daddy and Silk the Shocker. They were both Cash Money. But I remember when Juvenile came out, I couldn't believe that was being played. I was like, how is this allowed? Like, there's nothing musical or good about this. I didn't realize at the time that they were subverting our entire country with the dumbest, most, like, darkest, like, ugliest music possible, and just filling our minds and our souls with darkness and ugliness until it infested every aspect of our society. I didn't understand what was happening at the time. I was just like, why is this allowed? Oh, dude, I've never liked Juvenile. Never liked Juvenile. I couldn't believe, like, I honestly couldn't believe it. See, this is the life of a white man in America. You know, we end up being like, oh, I guess this is what's You know, you get shown all this crap and you're like, you have to deal with it. You have to either accept it and embody it or reject it. And like, I had a lot of points in my life where I was like, is this like, what is this? You know, like where I felt the need to be more down than I actually was, where I felt the need to like get into stuff and be more hood than I actually was. There was like a social pressure to conform to this stupid culture. I see young white men dealing with the same thing. Like I watch young white men get pulled into this nonsense culture and feel like they have to ingratiate themselves into black culture, which will never appreciate them, will never love them, and will always find a way to see them as a bad guy, no matter how down you are. And so then you go the opposite way. What happened to me, you know? At one point I was one end of the spectrum trying to ingratiate myself into black culture. The next minute I went on the opposite end of the spectrum and became like a hardcore white supremacist. And it's like none of this would have been necessary if we had a Christian country. If we had a Christian country, then none of this would have been necessary. I could have just been like, oh, that's clearly from the devil. But instead I just had a bunch of internal conflicts that I didn't understand. I didn't understand what was happening in our country. I didn't realize that we were Weimar 2.0. I didn't know. I just knew, oh, I guess this is, maybe I'm the weird one for not liking it, you know? And I just kind of forced myself to get into it. Yeah, nowadays I'm very careful about music. I don't really listen to music. I make music. I listen to my own music just because I know where my music is coming from. 3-6 Mafia. Yeah, and then the whole 3-6 Mafia sound came back heavily in 2017. You still hear it even a little bit in today, but that was, the Memphis rap was purely satanic. Purely satanic. It didn't even hide. The one thing I could like about black culture back in the day, I was like, well, they say a bunch of evil stuff, but then they talk about God. Like DMX would be like saying the most insane stuff, and then all of a sudden they'll be like doing a prayer. Lord, I know I made mistakes, but that's just the risk that you take, you know, some crap like that. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, well, at least he still believes in God. But after Odd Future, that went out the door. Like, obviously, Memphis rap did it, but Memphis rap didn't blow up till much later after it was over, essentially. But Odd Future opened the door to pure satanic energy in rap music, though it was there before. My ethnicity? I'm different. I'm different. I'm different. I'm Sicilian and Irish, mostly. Mostly Irish, actually. But I identify with Sicilian because I was raised in a Sicilian family. All my relatives are Sicilian. I feel like a Sicilian more than anything else. But I'm Sicilian and Irish. "2 hours with a young man struggling with Nazism and Christianity." Oh, I thought you were Italian, Mark, because of Ratelli. I was like, oh, he's probably Italian. My wife has made me love my Irish side more. My wife's like as Irish as a human has ever been. And getting to know her family and also learning about Irish history, and I appreciate my Irish side a lot more. Though I still see myself as a stinky Sicilian slinking around in the background. why I kind of say whatever I want. Sicilians are crazy. Literally crazy. We can be your best friend or your worst enemy. That's what they say. Very passionate. Irish are the same way. So it's a very combustible mix. I think that the future of America is Irish and Sicilian. That's my master race. Irish and Sicilian. That's the new phenotype. The future of America. Me too, Mark. When things go bad, I kind of get real peaceful. When things start falling apart, it's crazy. I just start feeling so peaceful. It's when things are going good that I'm like, what the hell? What is this? I'm not familiar with this. Yeah, I keep thinking I'll leave in Alaska, but then everybody keeps moving up here, so I'm like, I guess we're starting a new thing up here. I'm just chilling out now. I don't know if we're winding down or what. Are we winding down, people? What do you say? 2 new followers, 2 new streamers. Or watchers, or whatever. I feel like I'm winding down. I don't know what else I got going on. I got prepared for tomorrow. Like a red-haired black Irish Sicilian. I'm not black. Yeah, Orthodoxy's the New Jerusalem. Or the Jerusalem of America. I was called here by divine providence. Through the prayers of St. Herman. I never thought I'd ever live in Alaska. I think incredible things are going to happen from Alaska. I think we'll forge a new Orthodox identity in this country through here. And then China's going to convert. And then it will be China, Russia, America, Canada will become a new Byzantium. And then everything will be chill, finally. Things will be chill. We'll have like a couple 100 years of things being rather chill. And then maybe, the Antichrist. Either that or this is the end of the world and these are our final moments. I don't know. I'm waiting for Mount Spur to erupt right now in Alaska. And that's supposedly going to kind of do a lot of damage. So we're just kind of sitting around waiting for a volcano. We thought it was going to happen at the same day as the eclipse. And I was like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? Crew of Good Juju, what does it mean if a volcano erupts at the same time as an eclipse? All right. I should probably stop streaming right now, right? The number keeps going back up, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should stick around. But what else am I going to do? I got nothing else. Keep playing music. I've talked all my crap. I think I'm done. I feel done. If you're watching, hit the like button, please. No, Christ will come from the east. Christ's return will be in the east. You're reading that Dewey Rames, bro. You gotta get away from that Dewey Rames, my man. You gotta get away from that Dewey Rames, my G. All right. I guess I'm done. This was a good stream. I got prepped for tomorrow's stream. 3:30 Central Time. I'll set up the stream and I'll send both you guys the link. And That should be a lot of fun. Yeah. I could look it up. Maybe I'll look that up real quick. Hold on one second. For as the lightning, Matthew 24:27, for as the lightning comes from the east and shines as far as the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Ezekiel 43, then he brought me to the gate facing east, and behold, the glory of God of Israel was coming from the east, and the glory of the Lord entered the temple by the gate facing the east. Acts 1:10, and while they were gazing into heaven as he went, behold, two men stood by them in white robes and said, Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking into heaven? This Jesus, who was taken up from you into heaven, will come in the same way as you saw him go into heaven. He ascended on the Mount of Olives, which is east of Jerusalem, and the implication is that he will return in the same manner. So that's, yeah. We pray facing east. All right, yeah. Talk to y'all later. Thank you, everyone who came around. Thank you, Slow Boy, for showing up. Thank you, Crew Good Juju, for showing up. Thank you, Light of Tabor, for showing up. Thank you, my new friend, Poopy Earth. What's it called? Poopy Doopy Earth. What's it called? I gotta find him. Hold on. Poopy Earth, right? Toilet Bowl Earth. Toilet Bowl Earth, all his chats disappeared. Yo, chat is weird. Oh, this is top chat. Thanks, Toilet Bowl Earth. Thanks, Chauncey, for showing up. Please hit the like, subscribe, share, whatever. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take it easy, y'all. Oh, if you're not Orthodox, become Orthodox. If you are Orthodox, go to church.
In a garden brimming with gold and green. No mosquitoes, no predators, no need. I can see you staring beyond my dreams. I can hear you singing a song of peace. As a wave of love washes over me. See the light like diamonds shine through the trees. Every breeze whispers of eternity. I am finally where I'm supposed to be.
Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. They won't. They won't. They won't.
babe.